All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join us here tonight. It is Saturday, May 21st, 2022. If you are here live, welcome to the show. If you're here watching the replay, whenever that may be, stick around because you didn't miss much. This stream is going to be evergreen content, so no matter when you come across it, it's going to make perfect sense and it'll still be relevant years down the road, because tonight we have a couple of very, very crucial, very important topics that I'm going to be discussing here. And I also have my wonderful, beautiful, amazing partner in life standing by live on the StreamYard. That's my wonderful lady. She'll be joining us here momentarily. But before we get to her, oh, baby, oh, man, you know what, baby, do me a favor. I left my phone in the kitchen. Can you grab my phone and bring it to me real quick? I'm just, I got to make sure the notification went out, and I went live, and my phone is not here. So I'm sure, I gotta do this. Let me get off video here for a second. Let me just get off video here for a second. Come on in. I'm off video. Come up this side right here. Oh, it started. Okay. All right, hang on a second, folks. Just got to make sure that the YouTube notification went out, and let's turn on the camera. Let me make sure it's rolling. All right, we're good. All right. Man, I forgot my phone in the kitchen. And I was like, oh, something is missing here to the left of my desk. And it's my damn phone. So my lady who's in the other room got me the phone. Now we're all good. Let me also make sure that the back end of YouTube has or is running properly here. And it absolutely is. We have 11 in the box, 12 in the box right now to start things off at 12:46 a.m. Eastern Time after midnight, 9:46 p.m. Pacific Time. Thank you to those of you that are here live. We greatly appreciate it. Also, before I get to my lady here, I just want to remind all of you folks that this is a copyrighted broadcast of the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short. Where is it? Right there. Right over here. See that right there? The Genuine Networking Association, or GNA Star. That's the logo to my company. Coach Eli is a subsidiary of the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA. This is a copyrighted broadcast of the GNA. It is also a registered trademark. So no use, no parts of this stream may be used without the express written consent of me, the owner of the GNA. And I'm taking that very seriously. People that misuse my content from this point on will not be necessarily dealing with copyright infringement. You'll be dealing with trademark infringement. And that's a whole new level. If you, want to take that chance and abuse my content like many people out here have, then you'll be dealing with me behind the scenes with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. The choice is yours. Do what you got to do, and we're going to do what we're going to do. I just wanted to put that out there. So, with that being said, before I bring my lady on, I have to say my lady came over earlier today after some things had transpired. I did a stream here on this channel earlier this morning. I think it was afternoon already on the East Coast. And some things had transpired with another content creator out here on this platform. And I decided to take the proactive approach and put out a public apology regarding something that I honestly felt that I didn't do anything wrong. I was sharing an opinion with this person, and, he got offended by it. And because he just wouldn't stop and he kept on coming after me for an apology, I felt bad, and I said, okay, fine. If he feels I offended him, which I feel I didn't, but if he feels I offended him, I'll apologize for that. that doesn't make my apology insincere. And so did that stream earlier as a good faith measure. I thought things were great. After that, I thought we buried the hatchet, but some things transpired after that. This content creator went and did a stream, and I was spending time with my lady, so we really didn't catch most of it. We caught parts of it, and it was just unbelievable what we saw. We're going to be talking about that during the first part of this show. And then after that, we're going to be talking about women's abuse. So the first part of the show, let me just read the whole title. The title of the stream is "My Lady and I Talk Live About Bullying/Harassment and Women's Abuse." One more time, my lady and I talk live about bullying/harassment and women's abuse. And I will say, folks, before I bring my lady on, I'm not out here to play the role of the victim. I'm not out here to, cry wolf or anything. I'm a strong man and I can take things, right? But the truth of the matter is I have been bullied and harassed on this platform by many people that just disagree with my message or don't like me for one of many reasons. I'm going to be sharing more in detail tonight, more than I've ever shared before, regarding why I feel these people don't like me. And it's pretty stupid. It's really stupid. All right. When I share it with you folks, you're going to be like, wow, that's just pretty crazy, huh? Yeah, it is. So, I've been bullied and harassed on this platform for many, many years, and I've been able to, I figured out how to work through it, and I've toughened myself up. When I first came out on YouTube, I had thick skin, but, YouTube tests your already thick skin once you come on the platform, and it's not good enough. So you need to toughen up your skin times 10, right? So you need thick skin times 10, which I got there, right? So I have thick skin times 10 now, right? And these people can't get to me anymore. So what do these people do when they can't get to you? As a man, when they can't get to you, or if it's a woman, same thing on the flip side. But in this case, I'm a man. When they can't get to me, what do? They go after my woman, right? These guys go after my women. Sorry, they go after my woman to try to get to me. And that's a big bitch move. I'm sorry. It's a big bitch move, right? To do that. Just keeping it real, being honest. And that's what's been happening here lately. I'm going to talk about a little bit here tonight to set the record straight and to also share, where things are between my lady and I. And she actually wanted to share her experiences and how she feels. We were debating, should we come out here and talk about this? Should we talk about this? Is it feeding into these people if we talk about it? Well, here's the thing I've learned. Whether I feed into it or not, whether I talk about it or not, they're going to keep talking about it for as long as they get traction on it. So why not have our say, right? Why sit back and just let these people keep coming at us without addressing it in a respectful, professional, mature way and just putting out even more? And explaining even more. So if these people continue talking about us, all they're going to be doing is repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's going to get old and boring and stale, right? So we're going to get to that, and then we're going to take a break after we talk about that. And during the last part of the show, we're going to be talking about women's abuse. And my lady is going to come out here publicly tonight and share her story of a very abusive relationship she was in and how it affected her. She did share parts of it when we did her two-part, life story / transformation, videos or live streams last week. But she's going to go into greater detail tonight. So stick around for that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on the lady of the hour. Okay. Let's bring on the lady of the hour. And that is none other than my wonderful, beautiful, amazing lady. Welcome to the show, babe. Big, huge round of applause. Big, huge round of applause. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, love.
You're quite welcome, babe. You're quite welcome. How are you doing tonight? You're here in my place. You're in the bedroom. We finally saw each other after, not seeing each other for about 4 or 5 days. How you feeling that you're here, babe?
I feel great to be here. This is where I'm meant to be. I feel wonderful. But other than that, I am completely drained and disappointed with just how everything has transpired.
Okay. Now, before we get into this, um, let me ask you to make it clear, were you forced to come out here and discuss this in any way, shape, or form? Can you share with us, the purpose of this show, and were you forced to come out here and do this?
No, no, and as it's been pointed out in my private chats, I'm a very, very strong woman, and if I want to do something, I'm going to do it, and nobody's going to force me or do anything like that.
And that
This
include and that includes me. That includes me as
and that
well, right,
includes
baby?
you. That includes you. That includes my parents. I am a grown ass woman and I can make up my own decisions. And I respect you as my man and I stand by you. But I also am an independent person that if I feel the need to express myself, um, you're man enough to allow me to do that. And
Right.
that's what's wonderful about this right now. I'm not out here to bash anybody. I'm just trying to say the actions that were made today, how they affect people, and how when you want to talk about trauma and being triggered. Well,
Mm-hmm.
yes, sir, you absolutely did trigger me today. I will
So
give
you're
you that.
you're coming out publicly and admitting that this guy triggered you. And why do you think he was trying to trigger you? What do you think his purpose was to do this?
I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
believe, honestly, at this point, I don't know what to believe in, who to trust. Um,
I don't blame you. Around these YouTube streets, you can't seem to trust anyone. Go ahead.
no, no, and so I don't know what his motive was here. And the only thing I can think of is that he um he is he was lashing out at you. And the only way to get to a man is to attack his woman. And that's why
Well,
he
that's
did it. But
well,
my,
that's not the only way to get to a man.
well,
But
his
when you're
money,
dealing with
his money,
when you're
his family, his woman.
right. Well, here's the thing. I didn't mean to interrupt you, babe. Just to jump in here for a second. Right. The proper way to approach a man is to reach out to him and to see if he wants to talk with you. And if the man is not interested in talking with you, even if there's an issue, you just walk away. You don't push it any further. Right. Okay.
No, no,
A strong man, whether he's been wronged or has wronged someone or whatever, and the other man doesn't want to talk, then you just walk away. You don't sit there and push it, right? Um, but if you're going to try to resolve something with a man, and that man is not willing to talk with you, or maybe that man feels that he's done nothing wrong, like in the case of myself, um, and is trying to explain, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. I was just sharing an opinion, and you got a little butthurt over it, right? But I did the right thing, and I still apologized because I felt bad for him that he was feeling bad, even though the majority of the people, knew I didn't do anything wrong. And still, even after I did the right thing and publicly apologized, this guy kept coming at you, right? So he
yeah,
comes at you because he can't get to me, sir. Here's the thing. I'm going to talk about this here tonight because, quite honestly, you're going to keep making content no matter what we do or don't do. Okay. You're going to keep putting out shit no matter what we do or don't do. So it doesn't matter. We're going to have our say here, and we're going to put out the truth, and we're going to move forward from this one way or another. That's the bottom line. But, I wanted to give my lady an opportunity to come out here and stand up for herself, and to also show how strong of a woman she is, and how good her and I are together, and how well we work together and support each other, right? And maybe that's another thing that triggers him too, right? And we're not trying to trigger him, right? But here's the thing, babe. Any man that attacks another man's woman, or tries to manipulate another man's woman, or turn another man's woman, against her man, because he has a beef with that man. I mean, seriously, baby, how mature is that? I mean, how can anybody out there respect that, right? How can anyone out there respect someone that stoops that low? That's like hitting below the belt. That is worse than hitting a man in the nuts, in my opinion. Go ahead, baby. You tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. It was a definite blow that we did not expect.
It was a low. It was not only a blow. It was a low blow.
Yes.
Do you know what a low blow is, baby? In boxing, when you hit below the belt, that's called a low blow, because the men have nuts below the belt. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And yeah, I just am very, very disappointed, and I'm very hurt by the immaturity, and everything that has to be done now just to make people feel better because their feelings got hurt.
Right.
Yes, I have lived a troubled life. I have a lot of things y'all can talk about. Say what you want. I love my dogs. I don't have sex with them, but I love them. And yeah, I snuggle with them and I give them kisses on their face. Big deal. Who doesn't do that to their animals?
Baby, it's funny. This dude puts out a video on you and takes it way out of context, right? All because he's butthurt that I wouldn't. I had a difference of opinion regarding something that was stated. He had a difference of opinion regarding something I stated, and he felt I hurt his fifis and his woman's fifis, right? Yet these guys go around and hurt everyone's fifis. Sir, you go around and you bully and harass every single person on this platform, sir. This is bullying and harassment. Now, you're going to come out and say, oh, shut the hell up with this bullying and harassment crap, man. You leftist, you left winger, right? That's what you're going to say, right? Right? Okay, so you're going to come out and say that, right? But when I come out and say that, you're a right-wing extremist and you get triggered, right? I'm supposed to be okay with that. But when I pull the leftist shit, then, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, baby. You can't win with this guy. He's unreasonable. But go ahead.
He is unreasonable. And I agree with the CFO there. Why would a man be afraid of a strong woman? That's a great question to pose right now. Answer that, babe. You've said that before. You'd rather have a strong woman standing next to you than a weak one behind you.
Right. And that's exactly how I see you, babe. I see you as a strong, independent, modern woman that is very well balanced. Okay. There are times where you're dominant and there are times when you're submissive. Like when you're working the business with me, you've got your masculine energy on, but you're also still feminine. You're also very sweet and nurturing, but you're also on alert and you're not going to deal with any stupid, petty bullshit. Right. Okay. But let's say later tonight when we go to the bedroom and, we're snuggled up and I'm holding you in my arms and we're doing some other things, that's when you get a little more, feminine and submissive and stuff. And maybe sometimes you might be dominant, but see, I respect you as my equal. I respect you as my partner that I want walking alongside me, not 10 steps behind me. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I cannot hear you. I think you're getting like notifications from Facebook or something. Did you twist your phone or something?
Yeah, I'm here. I did just get like something beeped in. I'm sorry. I do
Yeah.
want to interject right now and interrupt you 1 second. CFO, could you help us out here since he's running the show and I'm on the StreamYard? Can you help us mod some of these people and get rid of the haters? I would really appreciate that, love.
Yeah, I think Factual was hidden by mistake. I'm sorry about that. Factual one, you were saying disgusting, Eli. What? Can you be more specific? Factual. I think I know what you mean by that. Sorry about that. You are unbanned. You got banned by mistake. My apologies. But can you please be more specific with what you meant by disgusting, Eli? I think you're talking about what that other person did. So, yeah, my apologies. They bought it 7-7. Um, anyway, go ahead, baby.
Oh, where were we? I'm sorry.
Well, well, yeah, we were talking about the hypocrisy here.
Yes,
Regarding this one gentleman that's come at you to try to get at me. He was somebody that was a part of the Coach Eli moderator group chat, and he was a moderator here and a collaborator.
yes.
And so I'm just looking at these. I'm looking at some of these comments coming in the chat, and I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing that these people are just so just they just can't stand me and they can't stand you because we're so happy, baby. I mean, you can't be successful today on YouTube unless you're miserable, huh, baby? You can't come out here and be
Absolutely.
positive and be happy. You gotta sulk in the misery with all these other drama. I can't say that word because I want this channel to be monetized soon. These drama WH, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, we get
GLM,
your point.
GLM, you could say it in the chat. I got to be YouTube friendly here, okay?
Yeah,
But you know what they are. They're drama WH, you know.
we got it, baby. We got it.
Yeah. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
No, I agree. I mean, everything about this is all drama. And you and I, our platform is not to promote the drama. We really want to help people. And the drama just keeps coming back. And I think we've found where it's coming from.
We did.
And we're done.
We did. And it's funny, babe. You might have to take a second and just come out and just be totally transparent on why these people keep coming at me, why these people keep talking shit about me. I'm not upset by it. I'm not triggered by it, but I'm just going to put it out there. I'm just going to be straight up and straightforward. You mind if I take a second to do that, babe?
Oh, yeah, no. Be my guest, love.
See, here's the thing. I'm a humble person and I never ever show off anything. I never flaunt anything. And a lot of these people think that I'm a broke ass loser and I live off of my family's estate. That is not the case. And I don't owe you folks any explanation, right? And I'm not going to get too far into it because that's my business. But what I will say is this. See, many of you people out here, because I use my real name and show my face, right? You can run a background check on me and you can see all of my known associates and all the properties that I'm associated with because I'm a part of the family trust and the family estate and I help run the estate on top of what I do to make money and what I've made money through in the past, right? You folks have no idea how I make my money. I've mentioned it before. I'm not going to mention it again. And quite frankly, I really don't care whether you think I'm a broke ass loser or not. Okay. What you folks are jealous of is the fact that I come from a good family that happened to buy properties in one of the best places to live on the planet. And those property values have increased sky high. And because I'm next in line to get the estate, you folks are jealous that I not only live a good life now, but I'll have a good life to live in the future because my family did the right things and made the right moves. You guys are ridiculous. You guys are the most ridiculous people. Oh, babe, do you mind if I finish? It's so far so good,
Oh,
right?
yeah, no, I'm just laughing at what you're saying. Yes, I'm agreeing,
What
sir.
what I'm saying is, you guys are. Give me a second here. Give me just 1 second here. You guys are coming at me and saying all these things, and what's true and what's not true is not the point. I don't feel the need to prove myself to anyone. And you could talk all the shit you want. The point of the matter is that I'm going to be in a great position for the rest of my life throughout my own earnings and also what my family has built up. And I'm asking you folks, what's the problem with that? Why are you folks so jealous? Because I'm going to live a good life for the rest of my life. I already am living that good life. I've got a great woman that supports me and doesn't deal with your BS, right? And because we're happy people. I mean, this is preposterous. I don't know how much more I can come out here and be more transparent, babe. And just pretty much say everything that I know these people are going to say, but they still want to talk about me. And they still want to sit there, and when they can't get to me, they attack you to get to me, right? And then,
Yes.
and then you got people, and I'm going to tell you this right now. That stream from last night, I put to private. I'm putting it back to public after this show ends, because I'll tell you what, they're not going to stop, and their intentions were never to stop. Their intentions were to come in, infiltrate the group, and get information from you. And that's why that woman of this man we've been talking about befriended you and started asking you questions about our private life. She was asking you questions about my shaved head, my living situation, and all that. And see, ma'am, you were asking her that because you were trying to find that information for your man, so eventually you can go and do what you did today, right? That's pretty pathetic, right? Right? And here's the thing. I got some screenshots from the chat earlier, and I'm just going to put it out there because it's not a big deal, right? So this guy's woman says, here's some coaching, Eli. Stop assuming stuff about people and talking out of your ass. Well, ma'am, let me ask you something, ma'am. If you're going to come out here and say that I'm talking out of my ass, then how about you pop on a panel and let's talk about it, just you and me without your man. Can you go somewhere without your man? Because I'll tell you right now, my woman's free to go wherever she wants to go. I don't hold her back. And the only reason why I've told her to not go on certain panels is because the panels that you wanted her to go on were going to be a trap to try to get her to dox her name and get her information to further, leverage her against coming back at me. Now, babe, I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
That's the God's honest truth.
You correct me if I'm wrong. You correct me if I'm out of line, if I'm talking too much, if I don't sound professional. You tell me, baby, you're my lady. You tell me live here, publicly, live on the air right now, if I'm out of line in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because I do now feel that these women, they played me. You know what? Good job, ladies. Good job. You love bombed me and you got me in there and you fooled me. But all I have to say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Not going to happen.
Right. Exactly. And what they tried to do, this dude that came at you and came at me today after I apologized to you, sir. Wholeheartedly, I apologize. I meant that. And then you pretended to try to stir up the drama pot on your show. You pretended to not accept my apology, because if you accepted my apology, sir, you would have no show. You had no show without using my name. And if you accepted my apology, you would have no show, right? Truth of the matter, sir. You go, hold on, babe. You go run a show without using my name and see how many viewers you get in the box. You also ask your woman that was also told by, let's just say his name, J.D. Gunner. I don't care. J.D. Gunner used to tell your woman, sir, that the reason why I talk about Eli all the time is I get 3 times as many people in the box when I talk about him. That's right. So and I'm not trying to say I'm all that. I'm a humble person, but who's the star here, right? And why do you all really want a piece of me? Why? Because you get more traction when you're talking about me, because you want to be me. You want to be myself. You want to be my lady. There's a lot of jealousy here. There's a lot of, jealousy and hate because you guys just want to be us. I'm just saying that. Go ahead, babe. Tell me if I'm out of line.
No, you're not out of line. I completely agree with you. 100% and stand by everything you're saying. And that's one thing I want to get across. This is my man, and you guys are not going to throw anything out there on YouTube that is going to steer me away. You know what? You want to share whatever you want about me? Fine. You want to say what you want about me and my dogs? Great.
Yep.
Go for it. You know what? But I know that I'm sitting here in my man's bed right now, and he'll be joining me shortly, and we'll be happy. And we don't need to share anything else. We're just happy in our relationship. Period.
Yeah.
Period. I
No,
don't need to prove
absolutely.
anything to anybody. I don't need to go out there and sling my imaginary dick around by talking about my sex life or talking about all these other things, that I've done, or try to one up people. Or it's not even that, it's just even putting people down. When you try to share some happiness, you got nothing but negativity back on that side.
Right.
And it was draining. And, actually, I do, like, respectfully have no problem with these two individuals personally, but I'm actually kind of glad that we're able to air this out and I can get this out and just be done and walk away.
Like,
Because
here's the thing. Go ahead. This has to be
a chapter I close right now, because y'all aren't going to take me down. You want to come back and reopen the chapter? Come on, let's go. But I'm not going to come over here and instigate anything more. I'm done. I'm walking away. I'm going to say my piece tonight. If y'all don't like it, that's fine. I'm sorry. Sincerely, I'm sorry you don't like my opinion. But frankly, guys, I don't like yours as well. So let's just agree to disagree.
Right. And here's the thing, babe. And by the way, welcome Lord Gaelic to Coach Eli too. How you doing, Lord Gaelic? And hello, California Ford Outdoors, Factual One, and Coach J-Rom. Sorry, I said the wrong person's name. Lord Gaelic, where are you at California Ford Outdoors? She's in Southern California. My lady and I may be visiting her and some other YouTubers that are in Southern California later this summer, Lord Gaelic. Yeah. So,
maybe GLM can join us too down there.
Yeah, who knows? GLM likes to, take shirtless, videos or shoot shirtless videos from her bathtub. It's all good. At least she's covering up the parts that would get her channel terminated. She's had too many channels terminated already, baby. So she's got to watch it. You know what I mean?
Well, she can't. You know what? We can't share the goods. We got to leave you guys wondering for something.
California Ford Outdoor says Coach Eli, Sister Lord. That a girl. Says Factual One. Yeah. Here's the thing, babe. Let me see. Where are we at? We are at 33 minutes. We're going to go another 20 minutes or so and finish talking about this. Then we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about women's abuse. And you have your story to share where you were actually abused. And you shared parts of that story during your, life interview, your life story interview we did last week. But you're going to go into greater detail so people really understand what you went through. And you mentioned what it cost you in your life story, but you can share what led up to that so people really know what you were going through and how much you put up with. And then you ended up paying the price for the guy's mistake. It's just, wow, unbelievable. So we're going to get to that during the second part of the show. But, babe, if I'm going to share my thoughts, I was kind of skimming through that stream after we did what we had to do. Yes, folks, my lady and I, we hung out. We were doing our own thing. We went out. We're not going to sit here on YouTube all day and put our relationship on hold just to watch drama channels that are talking shit about us in the same ways that other drama channels have been talking shit about us for the last 5 years. This is the same old thing. Like what this guy did earlier today was no different than what other creators have been doing than myself for the last 5 years, right? Okay. But he tried a different approach. Again, he tried to put out some, you know, private videos or private, voice notes or voice messages from Facebook and take them out of context. Like the one you mentioned, baby, regarding your dogs. You were having fun with this dude and this woman behind the scenes, just kind of communicating through some voice messages, right? And
Yes.
and it was all innocent and you were all friends. And you absolutely did nothing wrong to deserve this. You still haven't done anything wrong, right? And they are saying you've done nothing wrong, right? So,
Yeah.
sir, let me ask you this, sir. And quite frankly, I don't care what you put out there; it doesn't matter. You're going to do it anyway. You're going to keep talking about me as long as people give you some kind of traction, right? Okay, and that's fine. But let me ask you this, sir. What did my woman do to deserve this? And how masculine of a thing is it for a man to attack a man's woman when she's done nothing wrong, just try to get to the man, right? And I again, if I said something that offended you, sir, I apologize. But it was just, this was all over a simple, difference of opinion, right? You were offended over a difference of opinion, and you share a lot of opinions, sir, that we disagree with or we've disagreed with, but we never once got mad at you or attacked you or your woman. We weren't attacking anybody. We were just stating an opinion in a friendly way, right? But I think what happened, sir, is that, you got the itch and just wanted to create some content that was going to get you some traction, or maybe some jealousy arose or something. And I'm not trying to make you feel jealous, sir. I'm not trying to compare my pocketbook with you or what I have and don't have or what you have and don't have, sir. I'm not here to flex my muscles or compare anything. But see, that's what you're going to do. You're going to come back and say, well, you ain't got shit, right? And you live off the family estate and this and that, which is not the truth, but that's what you're going to say, right? That's what you're going to say, right? So let's just put out there what you're going to say, sir. You're going to say that, right? You're going to flex your muscles. And I'm not even trying to flex my muscles or compare anything with you. All I want to do is run my channel. All I want to do is connect with people behind the scenes to collaborate with and create content with in a positive way. That's all I've wanted to do, right? Right. And I've never once, baby, go ahead. I've never once overcompensated or felt the need.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Lord.
Happy birthday, Lord Gaelic! Big round of applause for Lord Gaelic! Happy birthday, Lord Gaelic! Thank you for making us aware. Thank you for making us aware.
Sorry, baby, for that interruption. I just wanted to shout out some love.
There is a 1 minute delay from what we're saying here and what goes out to YouTube. And I know, babe, you're watching it on the TV in my room, which is going to come up 1 minute later. So you're seeing these chat messages come up a minute later. No worries. I get it. No problem.
Yeah. So excuse that, guys. I don't see it right away. So it's not my fault. It's not because I'm impaired. You don't have to make any kind of judgment. It's just because we're on the delay. I've got it on the TV so I just want to see what people are saying, and so I can respond to the comments as well.
Fantastic. Thank you for that, baby. So here's the thing. Again, I'm not trying to compete with this guy. I'm not trying to be mean to him. I'm not trying to challenge him. I'm not trying to be any better than him. I'm not, sir. I'm not trying to be any better than you. I'm not trying to flex my muscles at you. I'm not trying to compare bank statements with you or anything with you. And if you make way more money than me, which you probably do, sir, congratulations. I'm not upset about that. I'm not jealous of that. That I'm happy for you for that. That's no problem. That's no problem. But sir, let me ask you this. Okay? Why do you feel the need to throw all this stuff in my face over a difference of opinion? Because, sir, what you think I did, even if I did do what you said I did, let's say I did say something that hurt your woman's feelings, and it took me a day or so to figure it out. The level you took this to was asinine, was preposterous, right? You took it way overboard because it was your opportunity to gain some drama traction on YouTube. That's the only logical thing that makes sense, sir, because everything else I've come out here and publicly stated what you folks are going to say. I've mentioned everything. There's nothing you can't say, right? There's nothing you can't say about me. So when is this going to stop, right? When is this going to stop? And quite frankly, if it doesn't stop, no problem. We're going to ignore you like we have been doing with other people. The reason why we're doing this tonight is because I wanted to give my lady an opportunity to come out here. She wanted to come out here, express herself. And we also wanted to show you folks that you folks have not derailed us. And you folks can come at us and talk all the shit you want and try to break us up, right? And try to destroy everything we built. And baby, they're wasting their fucking time. Like you baby, what are your thoughts?
Well, honestly, this is going to sound very mean, but, I feel, I've always said in the time that I've been in this group that I really appreciated their relationship. I thought it was a true, actual YouTube relationship. But you know what? The one thing I can say is I didn't have to jump from fucking channel to channel or cock to cock. I met my man legitimately, and we have a great relationship, and it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with YouTube drama. And I didn't
Right.
have to go through the whole cycle of everybody in the community before I found the man that I wanted to settle down with. So no disrespect, ma'am, but you know what? If y'all want to sit here and judge me, no, this is my man. I'm going to stand up for him as much as you want to stand up for yours. So stop. This needs to stop. Because I'm not going to back down. This
Yeah.
is my man. And this is, there's no reason for this. And sweet, innocent ma'am over here, babe, is no longer here. And I'm not being tough with my man. I'm just saying, you know what? I am not going to let another man belittle me in my life again. Not let another man make me feel like I'm less than a person, which is what you tried to do, sir. And I don't tolerate it. I've
You
gone
did,
through
sir.
enough abuse in my life.
You did.
And
You did.
I will not stand.
Yeah, and babe, here's the thing. Not trying to interrupt you, but here's the thing, sir. If anyone did that to your woman, you would hunt that man down no matter how far away they were, and you would literally rearrange their face. Okay? And you're going to come at me and say, well, I'm not afraid of you, Eli, because you're a scrawny guy, right? That's what you're going to say. You're going to say you're a frail CUCK, right? You see, I'll come out and say what you're going to say, right? You're going to call me a frail CUCK, right? Okay? Now, granted, you're a bigger guy than I am, and I'm not going to sit here and say I can kick your ass. I wouldn't even want to do that, right? But you're a bigger guy than me, so there's no doubt that you're stronger than me in that way, right? But I can be man enough to admit that. But I'm not the kind of guy that wants to fight, right? But if we came at you in that way, if I came at your woman in the way you came at mine, I mean, how would that make you feel, sir? Why don't you put yourself in other people's shoes, right? And I think you know this. I think this is the thing. I think this guy just wants to make YouTube content off of me because it gets him the most traction. That is the only thing that makes sense. Like, you tell me. That is the only thing that makes sense because nothing else does. And here's another thing, babe. Food for thought. You're here live on the air with me. I didn't force you to be here. I'm not telling you what to say or do. And you're sitting here standing up for yourself. And fortunately for me, well, I'm just joking. I know you would do that anyway because we're on the same page. You're standing up for me too, and I'm standing up for you. We're sitting here having a conversation about this, my lady and I, live on the air on a public platform. And where's your lady? You bring your lady on a platform and she sits there and doesn't say a damn word. Why don't you let your lady come on your platform, sir, and let her speak her mind? And let's hear what she has to say. Let's hear what she has to say without you influencing her on what to say, because I have not influenced my lady to say a thing. She's speaking on her own free will. And we're raw and real about this. So if you want to play fair here, sir, if you want to do this back and forth, okay? I don't really like the back and forth, but if you want to do this back and forth a few times here, okay, then bring your lady on a panel and let her talk. And give her freedom of reign to speak her mind on how she actually feels without you interrupting her, sir. Let's see if you can do that, right? Go ahead, babe. 36 in the box.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I'm yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah. This is what I tried to get done 48 hours ago. I tried to get the four of us on to talk this out. I literally went to every single person in this mod group and tried to make all of the fires go away. I really tried to make this community work and bring that positivity. And all I did by putting fires out was get burned in the end. And you know what? Alrighty. Now you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit back and watch the fire burn on you. Because I'm good in my life. Yes, I've struggled and I have things that I'm working through, but I am good. I have enough self-love to stand up for myself and not let another man push me around on the internet. So, you know what? Shame on you, sir. Shame on you for picking on a woman. That does not make you a man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, and he puts out all of these private voice messages from behind the scenes because he was trying to upset me. He was trying to put out private voice notes, which is what I'm trying to say, where I guess apparently you talked a little smack about me. Baby, that happens in relationships. Listen, I know my woman really well. And listen, I talk smack about my woman all the time and she talks smack about me. But at the end of the day, we love each other. And the reason why we get along so well, what turns me on about her the most is the fact that she has the balls to stand up to me because I'm not going to lie. I'm a pain in the ass. I'm a good guy with a big heart and soul, but I'm a pain in the fucking ass at times, maybe more than at times. And I deserve that. And when she calls me out, it turns me on. And I say, baby, you're right. God dang it. And then I'm like, I start looking at her. And then, I can't talk about what we do after that because I'll get demonetized. Well, this is not monetized, but I'll get shut down. I can't say that, right? Okay.
And
so
you know
the
what?
thing is,
and we're mature adults. We don't need to share that.
Right. He tried to leverage, voice notes where he was trying to make it come up publicly that you were talking shit about me behind my back. The thing he didn't know is that I know you. And I know what your intentions were. It was to try to keep the peace. You were trying to protect my business and the group, right? So it didn't faze me. I didn't get triggered one time. I'm not triggered one time. My woman is here in my bed waiting for me to end this damn show to relax in there.
All I was doing is honest to God, guys. If you all want to know what the truth is, I wasn't paying attention to the stream when it was happening. And I was actually on the phone with somebody else in our mod group, got off the phone to 99 plus messages of all of this imploding.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
You know what? Let's talk about it. You know what? I'm done. I'm done with pussyfooting around. Okay? Because we're going to move forward past this. And there are so many new people coming around here besides these drama lords, right? But let's just talk about it. Let's talk about Gemma Grace. I am going to talk about you, Gemma Grace, because my woman invested countless hours with you this week, right? 4 or 5 hours on the phone with you, giving you emotional support that I used to give you back in the days. You and I, Gemma, years ago, 3-4 years ago, stemming back to my former channel, I used to give you that emotional support for hours per day. I never once did you wrong, right? Right? And because, we were pinned and pitted against each other in the past, you ended up, dissolving our friendship. And then you decided to come back because, let's just say his name, J-Rom, who we're talking about here, brought you back into the group. And apparently the people that J-Rom brought to the group were not independent people. They were J-Rom cult members, okay? So what's happening here is J-Rom, what you're doing is, in essence, you're running a cult-like environment. Like, let's you know what? I'm done pussyfooting around. Just like Jamie and JB Gunner run cults, you're no different, sir. You're proving it with the people you brought over into my group, or you made them aware of the group, and then all of a sudden you and your woman Anna leave, and then they all leave, and then they all, when you and Anna left, these people that were left that were a part of your cult were forwarding you messages. Come on, dude. I don't have time for this drama bullshit. And you said you were out of the drama. You said you wanted peace, right? You said you're done with this. You said that you're turning your life around. I really thought that you were turning things around. But you completely, are leading me to believe that was never true and never will be true by the way you reacted today with the stream you did over something so petty, sir. Over something so petty, right? If something if something that petty angers you at the level it did, I can only imagine something that would anger, a guy like me, how much it would anger you. Would you kill somebody if somebody angered you at a little bit of a greater level than something petty, sir? Like, honestly, sir, that's pretty scary, right? And that's what I'm saying to you, Gemma, Raven, Midnight Raven Channel, and other people involved. You folks are sitting here and watching this man cyberbully and harass people like myself, my woman, and other people, and you're just sitting there and saying you're okay with that. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Like honestly, I mean, has he paid you folks? What is he doing to keep you around after you see what he's done to myself and my lady? Are you afraid to leave him because you're afraid he's going to attack you? Is this the same thing like it was with Jamie and JB Gunner? Like, this is preposterous. This is BS. And I've had enough of this, right? And the only reason why I'm even talking about this is because my lady is here. She was in a lot of pain today. She was really stressed out. And she doesn't deserve this. And she really wants to know what's going on. And she really wanted to speak her mind. And she wanted me to come and speak my mind. We were not going to do this unless she wanted to do it. Because everything I do, my lady and I talk about it. We're a team. You cannot divide us, right, baby? The things that you and I do are either all in or all out, right? You can't divide us. Can you talk about that for a second, babe?
Yeah, no, there's no divide. I mean, I think I made that very clear in the very beginning of our relationship when we were dealing with the other trolls. And, I'm not naming their names, but you know who I'm talking about. And I said the same thing. Y'all can come at me, send me every video, every temper tantrum Eli's had. I'm just gonna yawn it off because I've already seen it.
You guys, hold on, babe. Do you guys want all the content on me? I've got it on my hard drives. Do you folks want me to re-upload on sock accounts all these videos? I will do it. I will send you links of all the mistakes I fucking made. Everything these people are going to say about me. I will put it all out there in one shot and send you a link and you can watch it all in one shot. I've got nothing to fucking hide. I've got nothing to hold back. That's the thing. And,
sorry.
What's that? Okay, real quick.
I am catching up. And something that CFO just said, I laughed at.
Well, let me read this here. California Fort Outdoor, Starbucks name, drop my crazy ex-boyfriend who will never have a taste of my PUSSY again. Is that what you were laughing at, baby?
Yes.
I figured it was that. Let me respond to some chat questions.
Let's address some of these comments in the chat, babe.
Yeah. What's that?
I want to address some of the comments in the chat. There's some questions here. Well,
I was going to address a couple of them. I'll turn it over to you. Just real quick, babe. GLM said Raven left too. No, I actually removed Raven because Gemma left. And initially, when Gemma came in, Raven said, "If Gemma leaves, I leave. We're a team." Okay, so you folks aren't independent. You don't have independent thought. You're if she leaves, you leave. Okay, I mean, This is like cult-like environment, right? So I removed Raven, and I also removed Mama Goonie because they were all sending private messages to J-Rom into his new group on Facebook. And it's not that the things that we were saying, really mattered to be sent, right? We never say anything that we're not afraid to say publicly, even behind the scenes in these groups. But it was the fact that these people were basically playing the role of a double agent. And quite frankly, I don't deal with double agents. If you're going to be a double agent, you're out. Go to the other side and get the fuck out of my group. I don't want to deal with this shit, right? I only want to deal with respectful, professional, and mature people. Real quick here. Jesus Christ, what a pathetic sock account. And that was a weird trolling message.
Which one?
The Nada, Nunya, Nickelback, whatever.
It's going to come up. Yeah, it'll come up for me.
Hold on, real quick. Factual one, you were timed up by Nightbot for multiple emojis. Sorry, bro. You'll be back in 5 seconds. Go ahead, babe.
Oh, and I was going to actually ask you, can we actually give him a mod wrench, please?
Who?
Factual one?
I don't even know who Factual one is.
Let's talk about it later. Yeah, we'll talk about it offline. But the other thing I want to say is I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna hurt. But Gemma Grace, you broke my heart. I opened myself up to you. I gave you everything I could. I told you I loved you, and I wanted to support you. And I feel absolutely betrayed the most by you.
Yep.
The most by you, Gemma.
She sucked up all your time and she sucked up all your time and energy and then stabbed you in the back. You basically got 5 hours of free life coaching from my lady, and you stabbed her in the back because you didn't want to piss off your Lord, Savior, and Messiah, J-Rom. Is that what it is, Gemma? And here, one more thing, babe. Gemma, here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I do like you, and I wish things would be different. But I will say this publicly here. I don't care who scrutinizes me, okay? RJ Sandifer and Angel Munoz, they're all right. You constantly play the role of the victim, and then you try to flex your muscles like you don't, right? You constantly play the role of the victim. Everybody gives you everything, Gemma. I gave you my heart and soul on my former channel. I gave her over 100 hours of free coaching behind the scenes. And then, boom, she left because these morons pinned and pitted her against me, right? And now my lady, baby, sorry to interrupt. I wanted to back you up. Now my lady does the same thing, and you shit on her too? Shame on you, Gemma. Shame on you. Listen, you folks, she does not want people to use her disability as a crutch. So anyone that comes out there and says, ooh, Eli, attacks the disabled. No, I don't attack anybody. I state the facts. These people, and here's the thing. I am welcoming back Angel Munoz and RJ Sandifer to my private mod chat, regardless of what anyone says, because Angel Munoz and RJ Sandifer, despite the back and forth they've had with these crazy drama people, they've been way more loyal to me than Gemma, than Raven, than many of these other people. Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry. I had to stand up for you there, baby, because that was unfair to you. I'm sorry, baby. I went into man mode.
No,
sorry.
I appreciate it. No, I'm emotional right now because, yes, I care.
Because you love her. You care about her.
I wanted to be there. She told me things that privately on the phone, like, that just made me feel really good. And I felt like I was helping her. And I feel like I just got slapped in the face and I was taken advantage of.
That's what I
really feel.
Babe, here's the thing. J-Rat in the chat, that's funny. That's a sock. Let's not be that mean, okay? I mean, I know what the J-Rat account is here for, okay? But J-Rat says she is two-faced. No, she has autism. And listen, no one's trying to, give someone a free pass because of their disability. But you folks have to understand that autistic people have difficulties understanding certain social cues. And what happens when things get too hot for an autistic person, they get what's called sensory overload, right, baby? We talked about that. That happens to you at times. And you do not have sensory overload, right? I'm sorry, you have.
No,
Sorry,
but
you don't have autism. I mean, when you have sensory overload. Sorry, I got that wrong. Go ahead.
yeah, no, it's just a matter of having to like just sit down and think about things. Sometimes when things are coming at you left and right, it is sensory overload. You're getting 100 messages from your group. You're trying to manage your emails because people are coming in here. You're looking at the streams. Like, I, I didn't know which way to turn. It was so hard to manage, and I gave my heart, and I opened it up, and that was my mistake. And like
Actually,
I
baby,
say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, it's not going to happen.
yeah, baby. Hang on a second. Oh, there we go. I was trying to tag in this Arnie. Oh, oh, oh. Are you Arnie Zanzibar? And spelling your name R. Look at this dude. Here's the funny thing, babe. This dude Arnie Zanzibar, who's been trolling me for a while, right? We blocked him because he was being ridiculous. So I blocked his name through Nightbot, and he comes back and creates an account with the letter R space Knee. R knee. When you see that on the screen, babe, you'll see it. Are you there, babe?
Yeah.
The dude bypasses, it's Arnie, right? But it's blocked, right? So he comes in and spells his name, the letter R space Knee. That's pretty clever. Dude, I'll let you stick around for that. I'm going to give you A for fucking effort, man. That's that's great, man. Hey, I have a sense of humor at times too, right? Go ahead,
Yeah.
baby.
No, it's fine. I'm catching up now. It's all popping up on the screen now that you were talking about. So I was just reading.
Baby, is it all coming back to you now? Isn't that by Celine Dion, right?
It's all coming back to me now. Yes.
Yes, Celine Dion.
Everything. You know what? I'm going to stand up right here and I'm going to say, Eli, you're 100% right about everything. When you were trying to let me know about what would go on here, and when you were saying don't do this, don't do that, it wasn't a control mechanism. You were protecting me because you knew. So I'm giving you credit. Thank you.
Babe,
thank you so much.
I appreciate it, and I know to someone that's new how controlling it appears, especially the fact that you're my woman, and no woman wants to be controlled by a man nowadays. I don't care what anyone says. There's no woman on the face of this planet that really truly wants to be controlled by a man, and I stand tall on that. That's my opinion. If you want to cry like a little bitch because your opinion is different, then that's fine. That's on you, right? Okay. But anyway, yeah, baby, I this is what these people play. Baby, can you hold on? Let me just finish this last line and I'll turn it back to you. This is what guys like J-Rom and Jamie and JB Gunner prey on, right? They prey on the fact that, someone knew that I'm trying to protect from them by telling them not to go there. They prey on the fact that they know it comes off as me trying to be controlling when I'm trying to protect the person, right? And that's exactly what J-Ron was trying to do to you. He was trying to come to you and say, your man's trying to control you and tell you what to do. Okay, you should go on these live streams with Anna and Raven and Gemma, right? And then they're going to put you on the spot and get you to slip, and then you dox yourself, and then they make a big spectacle out of that.
Yep.
I'm not dumb. I am not dumb. In addition, J-Ron was trying to get me to get rid of the delay. Why? Because he was waiting for you to slip and dox your name, so that way he can look you up and make a public spectacle out of you to try to get to me. Come on, man. You think I was born yesterday? I've been around these YouTube streets for 5 years. I've been through the ringer. And you're right, baby. You're absolutely right. That's what happens when someone new comes in and is inexperienced at this. They try to get to you. And when someone like me that's experienced tries to tell you what's going on, they try to lead you to believe that I'm trying to control you so they can suck you in. And baby, here's the thing. Let's be honest. They almost got you, but I kept fighting. But how close did they come? How close? How much did I have to fight? How much did I have to fight you? I had to fight you.
You didn't fight me ever. You had to convince me that this is what was happening. We don't
God,
fight.
You're good.
I want to say that you and I do not fight ever.
You know what? I want to shut this stream down and come in that bedroom right now. This woman, her intelligence, I don't mean to sound weird. I'm going to speak up close and personal to the SM7B, the proximity effect. I'm really turned on by that. I mean, baby, I'm going to be honest with you. You said I didn't fight you. I tried to convince you. Yeah, you're right, but I'm not going to lie, baby.
It wasn't convince me. You were educating me. And like I said to you earlier today, I needed to respect you because this was a platform I was uneducated about. And I should have let you take the reins because there's no way in hell you would be capable of walking in and delivering a baby, but I could do it in my sleep.
Right.
So you're not qualified to do that. I'm not really qualified for this. You're teaching me. You're not coaching me. You're not writing a script. You're teaching.
Baby, you cut yourself off. I think you tilted your phone again or something. I think that's when you cut yourself off. There you are. Did you
sorry.
Did you tilt your phone?
No, I was doing the normal girl thing, and I was like pounding my hand down on the bed because I was being emotional, and I knocked the phone over a little bit. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Continue saying what you were saying because we're going to take a break real soon. We're at 1 hour and 7 minutes. I
want to take a break. And then we're going to get on to the next story.
And then we're going to come and we'll still answer questions on anything you folks have, even when we get to the women's abuse story here. But go ahead, babe.
No, I literally want to give them nothing more. You guys, you say we made a mistake. Well, touche. Y'all made a mistake too. Sorry about that. Not slurring, but didn't swallow the right way right there. Anyways, yeah, no, we had a community that we were building something great. And I think right now, my intuition tells me that you guys were there strictly for your own purpose to break something down. You never were there to get out of the drama, to be on anybody else's side. You were doing this all on your own for your own benefit. And I'm sorry. I don't like being this blunt and mean, but honestly, sir, you crossed the line. And ma'am, you hurt me in a way that I will never get over. You betrayed every amount of trust I can ever have for another human being. And, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that you feel that that's the one thing you need to do is run and show your man everything you do on your phone. Yes, I tell Eli, whenever I talk shit, I tell him. Like when I'm talking afterwards, it's because I've already had that discussion with him. So there is no secrets here. So when I talk about all of this shit, it's no Like everything you heard and saw today wasn't news. You'd
Right.
already seen it. You know,
We put it out there,
I
baby.
share
We put
everything.
you put your whole life story out there, baby. Here's the thing: you and I have come out and have put everything we possibly can put out here publicly, right? And then these people still want to pull stupid shit. And here's the thing: I can ignore it, and I do. Right. The only reason why we're talking about it is because you're new to this, and I want you to see what I've been through and other people have been through, and learn the ropes. So that way, when we move forward, like I tell you, or I'll tell you again, like I've told you before, behind the scenes, babe. The more and more we grow and move forward, we're going to encounter more people like this along the way. And in the future, we're going to know how to handle it better, right? It's not going to affect
Yeah.
you as much. Right now, folks, I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to get drama ratings or anything like that. Yeah, I need watch time for the channel. Maybe that's a part of it, honestly. But the truth of the matter is, I did this because I want my lady to learn this stuff. I'm basically teaching her this hands-on, and she's seeing it, right? And she can't see it
Yeah.
unless we do it this way, right? Go ahead, babe. Tell me. And then I want to read a couple messages here that I took from a screenshot that Anna wrote in J-Rom's chat towards the end of the stream. I was skimming through the live chat, and yeah, I'll get that in a second. But go ahead, babe. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you know what, before you do that, I want to go out there and I just want to say to the people that we have here, I so much appreciate you. Um, I'm going to mention you, Queen. Queen, thank you so much. Um, you've been awesome. I don't even have words for you, Queen. Thank you. And I'm not going to mention anybody else's name. But thank you for the support today and the talks. Um, Everything was great, and I really do appreciate that. And I'm going to turn it back to you, and then we'll take our break, right?
Yeah, yeah. I switched over to the quad screen for a second, but I'm gonna switch back. Well, here's the thing, Arnie. You say that they should apologize. To be quite honest with you, and I don't mean to sound like a dick by saying this, I don't give a shit if they apologize or not. You see, here's the thing: I'm so secure within myself, and so is my lady. We don't feel the need for an
I don't
apology
need
from
an
them.
apology. I don't
We don't.
need
We don't.
an
We
apology. I just
that's
need this shit to stop.
yeah. All we want them to do is go away and do their own thing, and just mind their own business, right? But see and that's all we were trying to do here, right? They left. We're like, okay, fine. You left, no problem. You made a choice, but now you don't want to leave quietly, right? And I honestly think the reason why he didn't want to leave quietly is because he knows if he stirs up the pot with me, he'll get more traction than anything else he does on his channel. That's the bottom line, right? And
Yeah.
I honestly think, no disrespect, sir, I'm just saying there's got to be some jealousy factor there. I don't want it to be, and I don't think it should be. But this is what I think. Like I said earlier, a lot of these people, for some reason, maybe it's the fact I'm 48 and I take care of myself. And by the way, to the troll out there that was saying, yeah, my beard's getting a little gray. I hadn't, done my beard for almost 2 weeks because I haven't seen my lady in a week, right? So I had a little gray. But yes, I did my beard today just for men. And if we're going to look closely in HD, hardly any gray, right? Right. So am I looking beautiful enough for you tonight, sir? Super troll that was saying you got a little bit too much gray. You need to use more just for men. I did this just for you, not for my lady, or not for myself, right? Um, But yeah, here's the thing. I'm not here to flex my muscles. I'm not here to say I'm better than this guy. I'm not here to create any problems. But he just won't walk away peacefully. He never walks away peacefully from anything. And I think it has to do because he loves the drama. He loves to stir the pot up. I know he's out on the road for his business a lot, and it gets kind of lonely, and maybe this occupies his time. But actually today, I think he was home with his woman because his woman was right there, I guess, in the room, right? Okay, my woman muted for a second. Um, oh, she muted because she's having a cough. for a second, and she didn't want it to go through. Are you back, babe?
I literally just swallowed that monster down the wrong tube.
Baby, you might want to mute again, baby, because your voice sounds kind of weird. Okay, my lady will be back in just a second. She likes the watermelon monsters that I buy, and it went down the wrong tube, and I could hear her coughing clear across. The bedroom is down the way, and I could hear her down the way. I was like, wow. Okay.
All right, I'm good now. Yeah, no, it literally came out of my nose, guys. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's okay, baby. That's okay.
But you know what? Just for a referral on this, it doesn't taste bad coming out of your nose.
Okay, baby, that was great. Maybe a little TMI, like they say. But here's the thing, real quick, baby. Let's just go over this, and we're going to take our first break and come back for the second half of the show to discuss, women's what do you call it, abuse. I'm going to read these screenshots that Anna said a few things towards the end of Coach J-Rom's live stream from earlier, and 3 in a row she says, because they know you as D. That's not your actual name, but she says, D, I know you're watching. We aren't hating on you, hon. Oh, Anna, I was actually watching, not her. I was popping in every now and then, and I went back on the replay because I wanted to just get some screenshots just to kind of respond, right? We aren't hating on you, hon. Oh, really? You aren't hating on her? Okay. Furthermore, Anna says, we are telling truths about your man, though. So what truths are you telling her that I haven't told her, right? What proof do you have that I'm a big piece of shit, right? I mean, why don't you go ahead and run my background check, Anna and J-Rob, and I will tell you everything on there again. Let's do this again for the 100th time. Let's do this again. Okay, the only thing that's ever been on my background was 12 years ago. I filed for a bankruptcy because I made a mistake in a relationship and I spent too much money. I charged my cards. I made a mistake, right? Besides that, I have no criminal history. I've never even had a parking ticket or a speeding ticket, right? So why don't you do that? Hold on. Here's the thing. What are you going to put out there, Anna, and show or tell my woman that she doesn't already know or that I haven't already told her, right? What is it? What are you going to do? Right? We are telling truths about your man, though? Okay. And then furthermore, Anna says, we hope you realize you deserve better. So honestly, Anna, do you think that's the most mature thing to say, or to say to someone? See, here's the thing, Anna. I don't really think you mean to say that. I don't think it's in your head and heart to say that. I think your man has forced you to say that, right? Because what your man's trying to get you to do is get to my woman so he can get to me. And it's not working. If you folks think in the chat that J-Rom is trying to use his woman to try to get to my woman to get to me, put a 1 in the chat. I really want to see this because quite frankly, look, I don't manipulate people, but if I wanted to be a world-class manipulator, I would out-manipulate all of you. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. If I wanted to be the biggest, baddest fucking super troll on YouTube and troll all of your asses and dox all your asses, you folks wouldn't have a clue. I'm the tech master, but just because I'm capable of doing that doesn't mean I've ever done it or I will ever do it. I won't do it. I don't do it, right? Okay? So with that being said, it allows me to be so instinctual and intuitive on the fly to know what you folks are thinking and doing. Right? This is crap. You guys are going through severe, deep, manipulative levels. You guys are basically pulling another Church of Scientology like Jamie and JB Gunner would do with people. You love bomb people. Babe, let's talk about this real quick before we go on break. What they do to you, they love bombed you. Yeah, Anna love bombed you. Anna, you learned from JB Gunner. Let's be real, Anna. And Anna, here's the thing. If you want to have a say If you want to sit there and talk shit in the chat about me to try to get to me through my woman, then how about you come on a panel and speak about this? Why don't you come publicly and speak about this? And with no influence from your man, because you certainly are talking a big game in the chat, but I never see you talk a big game on the front lines, right? Go ahead, babe.
Oh no, I'm catching up on the chat. Yeah, GLM, I really, you're hysterical. I'm loving it. I need to get me some of that cannabis tea you got.
Real quick, babe. Our niece says one. It's obvious he's jealous. Of course he is. So, folks, put a 1 in the chat. Respond to that question I asked a second ago. What is the 3 for? I don't understand this. 3 equals you don't know what in the hell is going on. Of course, you folks know what the hell is going on, right? So, baby, let me ask you this before we go on our first break here. Okay? You just heard those 3 statements. There's Anna basically trying to get to you to paint me like I'm a guy that's not good enough for you and you can do better. Like, honestly, how does that make you feel? And am I trying to provoke your answer? Am I trying to not provoke? Am I trying to influence your answer? I mean, let's be real here. Give it to me straight.
How do I feel?
Yeah, how do you feel about her saying that? And why do you think she's saying that? Let's be real about it. Let's call this out. Let's call a spade a spade. Sorry, let's call a spade a spade. Go ahead.
No, I feel like yes, she he was the one that was doing this, but she was that master manipulator to get me, and she love bombed me. She brought me in.
Yep.
She brought me under her wing. She said, let us help you. Let us ladies help you learn this YouTube world. This is a safe spot.
Yeah.
And she literally, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Anna. I really thought that you weren't that person. And I really hope you're not.
Let me just tell you this. JB Gunner taught her very well. Let's just put it to you that way. She learned that shit from JB Gunner. And she pulled that shit to try to get info to please her man. I honestly don't think Anna wanted to really do this. I think that she was provoked to do it by her man. Tell me I'm wrong in the chat. And folks, and babe, tell me I'm wrong. Listen, I think Anna is a nice woman. I don't think she's the kind of woman that has the heart to ever do something like that. I think she was provoked to do it. Yep. Yeah. I agree with you, J-Rat, in the chat. I agree with you. And she's gone public on that. Like here's the thing. These people have gone public on their story, right? They've shared everything, right? Yet when you make an innocent opinion about anything regarding them, they blast you. But they can talk all the shit they want about you and expect you to keep your mouth shut. Like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way, dude. This is YouTube. Doesn't work both ways. If you talk shit, you're going to get a reaction if I feel like giving you one. And usually I tune this shit out. But in this situation, because it involves my woman, I've been
very good about rising above all this bullshit.
But you wanted to talk about this. This time, we only did this because, baby, you wanted to learn the ropes. Let's give it straight to the audience here, why we're here, why we're doing this, why we're even paying any attention to this bullshit. Right?
Well, okay, right before our break, this is how we're going to end it. The reason we're doing this is because I want everybody out there to know that Eli and I are indestructible. Like, you are not going to break
indestructible. Sorry, baby. I didn't mean to be rude. I know you're tired, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep at all last night because all of this has gotten to me. But, yeah, no, we're indestructible. I now know.
Could you hear that? Could you hear that from Google?
Hear what?
Did you hear this?
What?
Oh, okay. I think it went out to. I went on a Google page and hit the audio. It said indestructible. It probably went out to the stream, but you probably did not hear it on StreamYard. That's okay. Go ahead.
No, no worries. But I just want to say, you know what? I'm done. You guys can cast all the stones you want. But at the end of the day, y'all need to look in the fucking mirror. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Eli's not perfect. And by all means, y'all are not perfect.
Right.
I'm sorry. You know what? So suck it up, be mature, look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm too old for this shit. Like, I am not a child anymore. Like, grow the fuck up. Y'all have jobs. Go do your jobs. Like, I've never seen so many people be so occupied with other people's lives and happiness.
And you know why they do it, baby? Here's the thing. There's
They are sad, miserable human beings. Yeah, it's time for me to take a break because, yeah, D is getting a little fired up. D Love is fired.
wow. Yeah, baby, real quick before we take our first break here. They do it because there's only one logical thing that makes sense. They are jealous of our relationship. They are jealous of our families. They are jealous of what we have. Now, look, I've worked hard and I've made my own money, and my money situation is none of anyone's business. Okay, you folks want to criticize it. If you folks want to say whatever you want to say, then go right ahead. That's up to you, right? But they're jealous because we come from good families that live here in California and have properties and have estates and all that. Look, we don't even talk about those things. The only reason why these people know is they run background checks on you, right? They run background checks on you when they have a difference of opinion with what you're saying. Then they start to look into you, because when they can't defeat you face to face in a discussion, that they like to call them debates, I call them discussions. When they can't beat you in a discussion, then they go for the low blow. They do a background check on you, and then they look into everything you have, your family has. And then they paint you as this broke ass loser that's living off an estate and all this shit, right? And that's all they're going to keep going on. Like, if you folks want to keep going off this shit for the rest of your life, go right ahead. But you're never going to grow past your puny, pathetic audience of 30 or 40 people that have been hearing the same shit for the last 4 to 5 years. Your final thoughts, baby, before we take the break, man. I mean, this is just all boring shit. Like, it's just really stupid. Like, I don't know what more we can put out and say, that we haven't said, right? We're putting it all out there so you don't have to.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, baby, it is boring. I'm over it. I'm actually reading the chat, and the chat is more exciting than this. What's going on? I'm done. These are two miserable human beings that only want to bring pain to other people. And you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
And you know what? Not directed at you, baby, but directed at them. Bye.
Well, here's the thing. The JRAD account in the account, I don't care what their living situation is. Quite honestly, I don't care who they live with, or if they live alone, or what they have or don't have. I don't care about what anybody has or doesn't have. I care about one thing. I care about people's personalities. I care about, people's, hearts and souls, the type of person they are. But lo and behold, typically the people that project onto people like me are people that don't have what I have. And I'm not even trying to flex what I have. Like, I've never said what I have. These people just looked into me by using my name. My real name is right there, Elias Melas. You want to look me up? And here's my face. Look me up. If you want to look me up and try to figure out everything that I've got, my family's got, go right ahead. But let's do this. Let's do one final Coach Eli bashing show once and for all. Put whatever you want out there, and then let's move forward, because the song has been overplayed. All right, baby. I'm going to put you backstage, and then I'm going to come get you in a second. There's a 1 minute delay. Just hang in the room until I come get you to make sure the camera is off. I'm going to put you backstage. Okay, I'm gonna put you backstage. I'm gonna cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. All right, my lady is backstage. Wow, an hour and 30 minutes. Wow, 90 minutes without a break. I've been having to pee like a racehorse for the last half hour. All right, folks, I'm gonna cue up some royalty-free music. It is 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time. 11:14 p.m. Pacific Time. West Coast is absolutely the best coast for streaming. Ask GLM, who's on the West Coast, literally like half an hour from me now. She's on the peninsula now. Welcome to the peninsula, GLM. Anyway, let's cue up that music here. Do 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 do. What am I gonna play that I haven't played in a while? Let's see here. Do 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 do. There's one. There's two. Let's see. There's three. And just need one more. Do 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 do. And four. All right, folks. Music is all queued up. We're going to step away for a quick 8 or 9 minute break to refill the coffee, use the restroom. And when we return, my lady and I are going to be on probably for another 45 minutes to an hour. And we're going to be discussing, harassment. We're going to be discussing women's abuse. So with that being said, stick around, round. We'll be right All right, we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Oh, yeah. Gotta love that royalty-free YouTube music, right? Yeah. Love it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's something up with my camera here. It's a little bit jittery, but it'll fix itself. There we go. All right. That happens sometimes. Yeah. 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 Yeah, nothing better than broadcasting live in the middle of the night on YouTube and having over 20 people in the box. That's fantastic. The night owls of YouTube are here. Woo! All right. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. All right. Welcome back to the second segment of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2 on Uncensored Live Stream. That's right. This is where we're at. We're on Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams, the future home of most, if not all of my live streams. This channel is getting very close to being monetized. We reached over 1K subs last week. Thank you very much to each and every one of you that contributed to that and are supporting the channel. We greatly appreciate you. And we're, nearing the watch hours as well. Probably within the next 3 weeks or so, or a month at the most, we will have the watch hours requirement of 4,000 public watch hours in the previous 12 months. And then this channel will get monetized. Once that happens, I will be moving my Walking with Purpose live streams to this channel, along with running the in-studio live streams here on this channel. And the main channel will go more towards the direction of high-quality, more bite-sized, pre-recorded content at the highest quality, 4K at 60 frames per second. We're also going to be doing some more YouTube shorts there to bring you more quick value, give you some bite-sized tips throughout your days to better your days and better your life. And that's the way it's going to go. So if you want to keep in touch with everything that I do here, along with my lady and other people that we collaborate with, please make sure you subscribe, bang the bell, bang the bell, select all notifications, and you won't miss anything. Also, you may want to subscribe to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Nightbot is sharing the link in the chat every 7 minutes. The link is also below in the description, or you can just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. That's youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. Subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications, and you won't miss anything. Also, if you would like to donate to this channel, because it's not monetized here, you can do so in one of two other ways. You can donate via PayPal or Cash App. On PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Life Coach Eli. /Coach Eli. paypal.me/Coach Eli. And you can go to Cash App if you prefer Cash App. That's $the real Coach Eli. Donations are not required, but they are greatly appreciated. And thank you to everyone that's been donating lately to sponsor this channel. I wanted to, put this out there before I bring my lady back on, and we're just going to briefly touch up on the first part of the show regarding bullying and harassment before we get to, the next segment here. Regarding women's abuse. And I really want to I can't even talk. I'm losing my verbiage tonight. Sorry. I really want to wholeheartedly thank everyone that's donated to this channel, even people that are no longer a part of this channel. I will mention you folks by name because it's even people that I guess we're currently supposedly beefing with. I don't even want to call it that. I don't want to be beefing with anyone, right? But that's what I guess is happening, right? But no, Coach J-Rom, I do appreciate all of your donations. And I've even donated back to Coach J-Rom as well. I really appreciate that. Despite what's happened, I'm a very appreciative person. And I'm paying you my respect for that. And as always, it wasn't expected, right? Also, to a lady by the name of Vita, who goes by Dusty's Girl, who's no longer a part of this group. The truth of the matter is she's a very close friend of, J-Rom and Anna's. And, when you're running a group like J-Rom's running, where he goes, they go, right? That's the unfortunate thing. But Vita has donated a good amount of money to this channel. And Vita, aka Dusty's Girl, I sincerely appreciate everything that you've done for the channel and all of your donations. I honestly mean that. But you folks chose to go a different way. You folks chose to just leave over something that's really silly. You folks chose to leave because of my opinions of Donald Trump. They offended you. But when you folks talk smack about Joe Biden, while I may not like it, I don't get offended by it, and I don't hold it against you, and I don't kick you out of the group. So here's the thing. Vita and, some other people that left my group here, are coming at me and saying, I have screenshots, but I'm not going to read them, right? They're coming at me and saying, you had it good, you had good supporters and this and that. Here's the thing, to me, money doesn't faze me, right? And I'm not a money hungry person. Yes, I do want to make money through the business, but I'm not going to allow people's donations to hold me captive to how they want me to do things, right? So, when you donate without expectation, and that's the way I look at it. When I donate money to anyone, I give to give, not give to get, right? I can come out here and say, hey, look, I've donated money even to Raven. I've super chatted her and I've sent her PayPal donations, right? And while I may not be too fond of, what she's done lately, well, you really haven't done anything, Raven, but, you're obviously following, the J-Rom crew, right? I'm not upset that I donated to you. I'm still happy that I donated to you. I'm not an Indian giver, right? When I give to give, not give to get, right? And I'm not upset that you folks are no longer a part of the group. And I'm not upset that I donated to you folks, and I'm not saying, "Hey, refund me my money." Now we're not friends anymore. You screwed me, so I want my money back. I'm not like that, right? But I know some people are. So I just wanted to come out here and say I do appreciate everything you folks have done. But just because you've donated and you've done good things, does it mean I'm going to justify keeping people around that are creating havoc and ruckus in the peaceful group I want to run, right? That's the truth of the matter. That's the absolute truth of the matter there. So that is that. Let me go ahead and bring back my lady. Oh, first, the topic of tonight's show is my lady and I talk live about bullying/harassment and women's abuse. One more time, my lady and I talk live about bullying/harassment and women's abuse. So let me bring on my lady, and let's wrap up, the bullying/harassment topic, and then get to the women's abuse segment of the show, where she's going to be sharing her story of abuse. So, baby, welcome back to the show. Are you there?
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I didn't realize you brought me back. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Did you hear everything I was saying when I came back from the break backstage on StreamYard?
Yes.
Okay, good. What are your thoughts about what I was just saying regarding people that have donated and they're no longer here? I do appreciate their donations, including J-Rom's, including Vita's, Dusty's Girl, and anyone else that's donated in the past that's no longer here. What are your thoughts regarding that? And what are your thoughts about, people donating with expectation? Do you feel donations should be made with expectation? Because a lot of people are complaining now that, oh, Eli, you had it good and you kicked us out and we were supporting you. Well, money doesn't buy me. I'm not going to keep people around just because they're paying me money. If you're paying me money and being shitty to the people in my group, and you're creating a toxic environment, that your money's not going to justify me keeping you around. just because you're paying me if you're being toxic. Like, what are your thoughts about that, babe?
Well, my thoughts, period, is that I give no disrespect. I appreciate all donations at any number or size. But what these two individuals you were talking about, their donations were, $25, like $5 or $20 or $40. It was nothing that was really making a difference in our life, honest to God. Like, so yeah, so we could go out and, have dinner because you gave us $40. Big deal. $40 is nothing to us.
Yeah, but baby, here's the
You
thing.
really are
I
supporting.
want. Hold on. I don't want them to paint you as someone that doesn't appreciate even the smallest donation. Um,
Oh,
I think you do.
I do. But what I'm
Okay, Claire.
saying is that you can't. What you're saying is that if people want to hold donations over you and say, well, I
Mhm.
donated to you, well, then I'm going to break it down and say, you know what? Yes, you did. And I appreciate it. But let
Yeah,
me think about how much you've donated versus how much other people have and who I
right,
really want to keep here as
baby.
positive people.
Baby, here's the thing, and not to interrupt you, but I'll turn it back to you in a second. There are
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
several people that want to remain anonymous. More than one. There are several people behind the scenes that are donating hundreds of dollars weekly to this channel, and
Oh, I know.
they're donating just because they want to donate and support the channel, but they don't want to create any issues, and they don't want to deal with the shit talk that people are doing, right? And
You know
here's
what?
the
It's
thing,
not even
the
about
truth.
that.
But hold on, let
It's
me
not
finish real
even
quick,
about that.
baby. Before may I please just finish this, and I'll turn it back to you
Yes.
before I lose my thought. Okay. And here's the thing: even for people that are donating $100 or $500 or $1,000, right? Okay. Let's say somebody donated $1,000 to me each week. Um, I'm not going to change the way I do things, and I'm not going to give you any extra special treatment just because you're donating money. I'm going to respect you, and I'm going to, either pay you lots of props, publicly if you're okay with that, or if you want to keep your donation anonymous, I'm going to respect that. But I will also be respectful to you, behind the scenes if you're donating that amount of money, and as long as you're not trying to hold that money, over my head. I cannot stand when people donate to try to buy their way into your group or buy control over your channel or people like that. And that's what I feel has happened, through many, many groups out here on YouTube, many channels that have groups of people. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, baby. I just wanted to get that out there.
No, no, I agree. I'm totally, you know what? We were pretty much going to say the same thing.
Hmm.
You just literally completed my thought there. Um,
That's when we
my
love
thing
each other
is
and know each other so well. That's what we do, baby. We complete each other's sentences, right? You
exactly,
complete me.
exactly.
You complete me. You had me at hello. No, I don't believe in that. I believe that you and I have come into this relationship complete, and we share each other's completeness together, just like Coach Corey Wayne says. But go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm having too much
Yeah,
fun here
yeah,
tonight.
no. Yeah, I know. And that's the other thing I want to touch on about donations. Um, in my personal opinion, I believe that if you're going to do a donation, the best way to do it is anonymous because you know what? That shows the world that you're not looking for attention.
Right.
Whenever you put it out there and you want the high fives or you want the claps or whatever else, you're asking for that attention. And bottom line is that the $5, $20, yeah, we're gonna give you some claps and appreciate it. But you know what? The true supporters, the true people don't want the attention. They're not attention seeking whores. Sorry, baby, I said it.
Okay. Well, yeah, you said it in the right context, baby. That's gonna be fine. Um, yeah, no, I, like I said, I don't allow people's donations to, cloud my better judgment, or allow these people to hold their donations over my head, which is what I'm trying to say. And a lot of people do that. I am not fazed by money. Don't get me wrong. I like making money, and I want to make money and need to make money, to sustain the business in the future. But I'm not going to allow anyone to buy their way into my group and control the group, or buy control, into my business or what I'm doing here. And I stand tall on that. That's just the way I've always done things. I think that's a very
Yeah.
respectful way of looking at it, right? Because it's kind of like, this is what politicians do. There are people out there, like large sponsors. They will sponsor certain politicians out there to try to pass certain bills that are going to help their business. And that's where the BS comes into play. I hate it when people, and that's actually illegal, but it happens all the time. It happens all the time because they hide it, but it's actually illegal. It's the same thing that people try to do out here on YouTube. And while it may not be illegal to do that, it's just stupid. I will never let somebody, pay me money to gain a controlling stake in what I say and do on my YouTube channel or my groups behind the scenes. Go ahead, babe. Let's wrap this part up, and then we'll
Oh,
get to
yeah,
the
yeah,
next
yeah.
segment here.
No, I mean, yeah, I want to wrap it up because, it is getting late and I have had a very long, exhausting day.
Hmm.
Um, I don't want to give any of these people any credit, but yeah, you drained me today, guys. You did. Um, I've been dealing with so much crap in my own life that y'all know about with my daughter. But you know what? This is even worse. This is worse because you know what? I can understand where my daughter's coming from. I can understand her backlash. You guys are just being malicious, mean people. And that's why I'm exhausted. And so, you know what? Now we're going to stop it. You know what? Both of you, I wish you the best in your life. I hope you have a wonderful, happy relationship and you prosper well. But right now, I'm going to concentrate on my man and my business and my life. So I wish you the best. But, we're going to move on with this show.
Yeah. Oh, baby. Let me share an update real quick. Earlier, and I haven't gone public on. I think I did go public on it earlier. Sorry, I think I did earlier on in the stream. But RJ Sandifer got back to me, and we're gonna be welcoming RJ Sandifer to the Coach Eli private moderator group chat. He's been a moderator here for a little while, but there were other people that were against that, and those people are now no longer a part of the group. So I look forward to, bringing RJ Sandifer on board and communicating with him regularly. And he's such a joy to chat with behind the scenes. Sure, he's had some back and forths with drama people over the years, but I really think it's time to give him a fair chance and create some greatness with him, especially now that the people that were trying to keep him away from the group behind the scenes and collaborating with us, they've gone their separate ways, and they've also really started to show their true colors. Another thing, and he may be watching right now, Dion, aka Sifu Smo Channel, would like to talk a little bit after the show. And Dion, if you're listening, my lady and I are gonna go probably another half an hour. She's gonna share her story on abuse in a relationship with a man, how he abused her and how it affected her, and what it cost her. We're going to talk about that now, and then afterwards, if we have energy left, we will be willing to talk with you. And maybe if your lady's up, if your pregnant lady is up at 2:45 a.m., well, by the time we're done, it'll probably be about 3:30 a.m. Eastern time. It'll only be about 12:30 here. again, baby, West Coast is the best coast for streaming, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Because if we were on the
Well,
East
yeah, I
Coast,
mean,
baby,
it all
it'd be
just
almost three.
depends.
It'd be almost 3 in the morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I get that. I understand what you're saying. Um, yeah, no, I just want to move on right now. I want to leave all of that behind me. You know what? I I've done it before. I've walked away from people, and I don't want to do that. It breaks my heart. But I know that I am worth more than what y'all are putting me through. And so I'm standing up for myself. Um, my man is here with me, supporting me every day, standing up for me and being the best support ever. And you guys want to tell me I'm worth more. But what have you done to me? You know? So I'm sorry. I wish y'all the best, but I'm going to move on and we're going to talk about other things now. So, you know what? Do what you got to do, guys, but we're not giving you anything else. So
And
have a
guess
good
what,
life.
babe? And babe, here's the thing. We're not even trying to be mean to them. They're probably going to
Well,
continue to make content off of us and release voice notes and stuff like that. Let them have their pity party. Let them have their
you know
fun.
what? It's so
We're
funny. You
just,
want to keep releasing all of those. You all don't remember. I still have everything saved. Eli still has everything saved.
yeah.
Do you
And
really
here's
want me to put your dirty laundry out there, J Rom? Do you
right.
really
And we're
want me
not,
to put out
and
there the things you say
hold on a second.
about
Here's the
other
thing.
people?
And let me go public and say this, baby, because earlier you gave me your phone to listen to those things that they were saying about me when they initially had you in the new Coach J-Rom group. And what did I tell you, baby? I told you I don't need to hear it. I didn't want to hear it. You know what? Here's the thing, J-Rom and Anna and Vita and anyone else in that group. I told my lady I don't want to hear it because I already know what you folks are going to say. It's the same old shit, right? I don't have time for that, right? And I'm not here to play the tit for tat, this for that game. I'm not here to, play this stupid childish game. I'm really not. But here's the thing. We're not going to put anything out there. See, J-Rom, here's the thing. I'm not trying to threaten you, and I'm not going to ever do that. I'm not that kind of person, and I'm never going to release anything. But I have things. I have a lot of things that I could put out there that, would make people look really bad. But I don't want to do that, and I never downloaded those things to hold it against anyone. All I'm saying is that
And we
if
never
you
made it
folks want
public, but you made things public, J Rom.
right,
So
right.
you opened
Here's the
this
thing.
up.
Here's the thing. If people want to play that game, two can play at that game. But what I'm saying is that I'm not going there no matter what. What I'm saying is that I've got shit. I've got 4 hard drives with a total of 20 terabytes of videos and other stuff of things from years ago that people had forgotten about and stuff like that people would never want to see public again. And I'm never going to put them
Yeah.
out, but I have them there. And despite what's happened here, I'm still holding on to the emotional strength and saying it's not worth it. I'm not going to put it out there. I'm not that kind of person. So I'm just saying,
I'm better than that. I don't need to
yeah,
do what you're doing.
yeah,
I
we
have
don't,
the
we're
same ammunition you have, but I have at least enough adult restraint to realize that this is stupid. So, you know what,
right.
baby? We're done. Let's move on.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So, the second part of the show, we're going to be discussing women's abuse. And baby, you have a story to share. You kind of partially shared it in part of your, or during part of your life story, incredible transformation, live stream series we did. You didn't get into incredible detail because we were just kind of trying to get through as much of it as possible. And between the 2 days we did this live, there was 8 hours of content, baby. And so we couldn't go through every detail. But now I wanted to dive deeper into the abuse aspect because, and here's the thing. I'm not the kind of guy out here that's, trying to take the side of a man or a woman. Both men and women make mistakes, right? And both men and women are abused. But let's just face it, women are more abused by men than men being abused by women. Those are just facts. I'm not saying that women don't abuse men or don't, do things. Like if we're going to talk about one that abuses men, let's talk about Amber Heard. I haven't talked a lot about that, but man, she is baby. That
Crazy
chick,
woman.
that chick
Fat
is
chick. A little batshit crazy.
yeah, yeah, and there are some updates um, to that story, um, and it doesn't look good for her, to be honest with you. It doesn't look good, but we can talk about that another time. I think enough people have talked
Yeah.
about that story. But before we get into your story in detail, babe, what are your thoughts about women being abused in relationships, in the workforce, in any capacity? Do you feel in this modern world, uh, despite or in spite, however you want to look at it, us having equal rights and women having more rights and more laws protecting them, do you feel women are being abused less, or they're being abused more, and why, regarding which, answer you choose?
Honest to God, in today's day, I feel it's both sided. I feel both, you know, men and women have this problem. They're both manipulated in this world to a certain degree based
Yeah,
on what they're doing,
but I was
you
more
know?
so asking women specifically. Do you feel women are being abused more in the modern world, despite the fact that they have more rights protecting them, or do you feel women are being abused less because of these rights that they have compared to the past when they didn't have these rights?
Um, I feel that the physical abuse may have gone down um, in the last few years or a decade or so,
Okay,
because women are standing up and
they're
actually
fighting back,
prosecuting, and
and they're fighting back. Yeah.
they're fighting back. Yes. Um, but I am going to go on this platform and say it can happen to both men and women. This is not universal just for women, you know?
So, are you
Um,
saying that I've been abused on this platform from what you've seen, going back to
yes,
some videos that are years old?
yes,
Okay.
I see that. I see, and you know what? I will be honest and I'll see how you reacted. And I think that was wrong as well, but I understand. I understand why you reacted that way.
Well,
It
I
doesn't mean I have
overreacted. I
to agree. Yeah.
Right. I overreacted, baby, initially because I had to learn the YouTube streets, right? And
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I didn't realize what was happening. A lot of these people, like we were talking about some other creators. I don't care if I mention their names or not anymore. Like the Jamie guy, and the JB Gunner guys. What they do to people is they bring people on a panel and they intentionally antagonize them and bring other people to pit them against each other. So they do things to purposefully and intentionally trigger you. So that way they can get you to say things that you didn't mean to say, and then create endless amounts of content off of that live stream content, clip it out, and use it against you to try to destroy whatever you're trying to build on YouTube, destroy your credibility, right? You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn how to better handle that by figuring out what these people were doing, right? And once I figured that out, for the last couple of years, I haven't fed into anything. I'm laughing at this stuff. I can pick up on when these people are doing it, and I'm also teaching other people, like I've taught you. Same thing that these people that we've been talking about in the first part of the show were trying to do to you, right? If it wasn't for my
Yep.
experience, baby, they would have got us both, and that's what they wanted. And I think part of the challenge was for them, because I'm so experienced now, they were trying to get to you to see if they could get to me, because they knew at this point I'm hard to crack because of what I've been through. But they still
They
failed
wanted to
miserably.
see, they wanted to see if I was going to crack the same way Dana did. Excuse me, Dana.
Well, Dana
And
didn't crack. Dana, let me make it clear, just to be fair to her, even though we're not together and I'm with you and I'm happy with you, I'm over her. But the point I'm trying to make is that Dana didn't crack. I didn't know how to handle. I'm going to man up and admit my mistakes, baby. Unlike some people that think I don't admit my mistakes when I'm wrong. I was wrong, right? And what I put her through was wrong. And I didn't tell her everything like I've told you. So, that had a lot to do with the demise of my relationship. And I own that. I'm owning that live on the air and in front of my new woman here. I'm not going to sit here and blame a woman because she dumped me when I know I was wrong. I'm a grown ass 48-year-old man, and as much as it hurt to go through that breakup, which I'm far over, obviously I'm with you now, right, babe? I'm not
yep,
gonna sit there and agree to something when it's not the case. I was the one. I was the one that was still trying to figure things out on YouTube. And also, I had gotten out of a relationship with a woman that cheated on me, and I think it was too soon before I got into the relationship with her. So, and don't get me
well, I
wrong,
appreciate your honesty and taking
her
responsibility.
hold on. I had a lot of fun with her for a year and a half, almost 2 years, and you know what? They were great memories I'll never forget. But I'm not going to sit here and say anything mean about her or really any other ex because they were all a learning experience, and that's what it was. But go ahead, baby. I'm sorry. I just wanted to clear that up.
I'm sorry. I literally just want to make a funny. I know I'm a minute behind, but I just saw that factual put up there. A Few Good Men is on TNT, and all I want to say is like, you can't handle the truth.
You want
Seriously.
the truth? You can't handle the truth. Jack Nicholson, right?
Yes.
That's what?
Yes.
That's enough, baby. We were talking about Tom Cruise. The baby. That's what we're gonna go see. Oh my God, the movie
So
is out. I
Maverick,
think. Oh, hold on a second. I think. Uh, I think the movie's been released. Yes, baby. That's what we're gonna do tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna go see Top Gun Maverick.
well, we're gonna do that after we go and get my stuff and check on my
Oh,
dog.
no, we're gonna do that, and we don't have to talk about that publicly. But
No, we have to pick up some stuff. We have errands to run, and I will make it public. Yeah, last night my dog, the fence broke in my yard, and we had to rebuild it this morning, and my landlord's working on it. So all I'm saying is I got to go home and check on them and make sure that they're okay tomorrow. That's it. So that's
yeah,
all we're gonna do. We're gonna go out. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna paint the town freaking red. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stick to my orange and black. We're gonna paint it orange and black because I'm a Giants fan. And you know what?
hmm.
We're gonna have fun. And fuck this.
You know what?
Honestly, fuck this.
They have this new, uh, new type of film and screen called XD. Now there's D box, but I think XD is the better way to view it. We're gonna go watch this film in the highest quality once we're done. But anyway, enough of that. I don't know. Oh, I know what made me talk about that because Tom Cruise, was
He's
in
an asshole.
a few
Yeah,
good. We were talking about A Few Good Men, right?
he's
He
doing
was
that.
the
Yes.
yeah, he was the attorney. He was the attorney. Yeah, and yeah, no, Jack Nicholson was the asshole.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back because I'm gonna go
Baby,
off again
ba-
on a
baby, I'll say.
tangent.
Well, one more thing here. You know who else was in that movie? It was Demi Moore, and I got to say, back in
Oh,
those days, man,
hot
uh,
as fuck.
every dude wanted to bang Demi Moore back then.
Sweetheart, I think there are a lot of women that wanted to do the same thing. Like she owned it. She was
Oh my god.
the embodiment of an empowered woman at that time.
Oh my God, she's 59 years old, baby, and if I was single, I'd still bang her to this day. I don't have a problem saying that publicly. I mean, she's
And
is.
I have no problem hearing that, you know.
Baby,
I'm
you
so
look a lot,
sincere.
baby, you look a lot like Demi Moore. You kind of do. You kind of have a
Oh, you're a
similar look.
sweetheart.
I'm not saying that to kiss your ass. I'm just being honest. But
Well,
anyway,
that is
let's
a great, great compliment. All right, so let's
yeah.
get into this stuff
So
because,
so yeah.
baby,
So let me
I was
you
gonna
want me to
say,
lead
quite
you?
honestly,
Yeah.
I want to get through this so I can get you here in this bed with me. So
Okay, let me
let's,
read let me read one message here. Sifu Smo's in the chat.
yeah,
Bro, there's too much negativity going on between this situation. We all need to put this to rest. Well, Sifu Smo Dion, that's what we're doing. And Sifu Smo, we want you to
I'm walking
understand.
away, buddy. I'm walking away, Dion.
Here, yeah, but oh, let me just say this, baby, then you can have your thoughts and we'll get into your story. Sifu Smo Dion, we didn't instigate this. All we did was share an opinion. That's all people do. People share opinions, and you can either agree or disagree. If you're going to disagree, the mature thing to do amongst grown ass adults is to respectfully disagree and move on. But that's not what the Roms did. They made a big stink out of this. Then they asked for an apology. I gave them a wholehearted apology that's still public and will remain public here on Coach Eli too. Then, I told the guy, I said, look, if you still want me to come on your panel, I'll come on your panel. And he goes, no, that won't be necessary. You said everything you had to say. Okay, no problem. So I figured either cancel the show or do something else. What did he do? He made it into a 3-hour batch fest on regurgitating the same shit on Coach Eli that's been regurgitated for years. And how can you sit here and see all that, Sifu Smo, and even come at me and say that, I'm doing the wrong thing? Like, bro, we're not creating any issues here. We're just, raising awareness of what happened because people want to know. When someone like that stirs up the pot that bad, okay, and comes at my woman and comes at me, the people that are our audience want to know what's going on. And we're just going to share with them what's going on. But we're not feeding into it, right, babe? We didn't instigate this. We didn't do shit. Here's the thing, Dion. We've got a lot of shit to put out if we wanted to, but we're not like that. We're not going to put out anything. But we've got stuff. But we're not going to put it out. We're not going to play the game the way they're playing it. And we wish they would stop. They have to stop too, Dion. What about you going over there on their end and asking them, don't you think this is ridiculous? You're in their chat over there. Anyway, what are your thoughts, babe? And then we got to get onto this next topic here.
No, Dion. This is all about, you know, they want to get their feelings out. They want to say how they felt, how they were wronged by Eli, and then they want to put me out there and say how I hate him and I'm not loyal and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
Well, that's where I have to draw the line. And I
right,
was
right.
hoping you could see, Dion, I was hoping you could see that even though, you might not agree with how Eli handled his apology or whatever, but I was hoping you could see the idiocracy and the hypocrisy of what he was doing by attacking me because I know if he was coming after your lady, there like this wouldn't yeah, you wouldn't tolerate
Dude,
this.
dude. And Dion, I apologize to you for getting on my woman's phone and saying what I said earlier. I was trying to protect her, bro, because you were coming at her and saying that, okay, I'm cool with you, but I'm not really cool with what Eli is saying or doing, right? And how's that supposed to make me feel, bro? Like, I hate it when people go to my women. Sorry, I hate it when people come to my woman for something that they have a problem with me about. And I'm not saying this to you directly, Dion, but that's a bitch move. It is. Whenever any guy has a problem with another guy, they go to the guy directly. And if he's not ready to talk, then you give him time and space until he's ready to talk, right? You reach out
And
once and right.
sorry, babe.
No, go
I
ahead.
will
Go
say,
ahead.
yes, Dion, I did reach out to you and I did open those communication lines because you are important to us.
You are,
I
bro.
want,
We do love you and your pregnant lady that wouldn't even know, but we love that you're happy and you've got something great, bro. And we
and
wanted
I
to
know that
support you.
Eli has told you that you've been special to me from the get go. So, excuse me. So yeah, this is why it's hurtful. And I'm just, I'm going to start crying again. I can't do this. Can we just go on to somebody beating me up?
No, nobody's gonna beat you up, baby.
No,
Baby,
I mean, can
listen.
we get to the story of a man beating me up? Because, I mean, my heart is pulled right now. I really do care about Dion and his lady. And you know that.
Hmm.
I connected to him immediately. And when he left the first time, I was devastated.
Dude,
And I
dude,
wanted
Dion,
you.
my woman wanted to whoop my ass after I removed you the first time. But then after what you did, you publicly went off on me, and I forgive you for it, bro. We've talked about it. I'm just reminding the story here. When I removed you, rightfully at that point, my lady wanted to tear my head off. So she went to bat for you. And now she's
I
still going to
did.
bat for you. And I'm trying to go to bat for you. And all I'm trying to say is,
Even though
dude,
I've been burned all day. I'm
right,
still going to bat for somebody in this
open up,
group.
yeah, respectfully speaking, open up your eyes and smell the coffee. This dude did a 3-hour stream on me today and and attacked my woman to get to me and bashed me on regurgitated shit that's 3+ years old. The same old song and dance, right? Now, how many times are we going to say the same old song and dance, right? I'm not going anywhere. I'm here on YouTube. You can't knock me down. My woman's not going anywhere. You try to knock her down. She's not going anywhere. Well, what part of this doesn't make sense or don't you guys understand what's happening here?
Like
Again, I
literally
don't
in
care.
my story, that was my story, is
Right.
how much I've gotten knocked down and gotten back up. Nobody's
Right.
gonna beat me.
And nobody's knocked you down here because you've been knocked down before by, especially this man we're going to talk about here in a second that abused you, right? And these people have not knocked you down. They've tried to knock you down, but they haven't knocked you down. And trust me,
Oh, you may
I'm
have
gonna,
made me stumble a little bit. I'll give you that. I may have stumbled a little bit, but you didn't knock me down.
but you're back.
Basically, you made me think, and
What
you
does
woke me. You
you
woke
you
me.
you
You
you woke up a
literally shook
giant?
me.
You woke up a giant, right?
You woke up the Hulk.
That's right. She's gonna turn green. All right, baby. Let's get to this here. Let's talk about the woman abuse section here. We talked
Yeah,
about your thoughts about how bad has abuse become in the modern world, despite women having more rights and more protection nowadays. My personal opinion is I think it's gotten bad and it's going to continue getting worse because a lot of men nowadays are not real men anymore, especially a lot of millennial men and post-millennial men. Men are being raised differently. A lot of men are very feminized, and they lack emotional awareness and emotional self-control, and they don't know how to understand a woman's emotions. They don't understand that women want and need to be heard and understood. And this is the thing that Coach Corey Wayne says, when a woman is heard and understood, the legs open. When a woman is not feeling heard and understood, the legs close. So basically, if you're
that's
getting
the
laid,
same. I'm gonna
huh?
bring that back and make it not as dirty. It goes the
Okay,
same thing for our heart. When it happens, our heart opens,
right,
but if it doesn't, it closes and we put a wall up. So it's
right.
not necessarily just opening our legs to you, man. That's not it. We're
It's a
opening up
figure,
our hearts and our souls.
baby. I think you knew what I was saying and what Coach Corey Wayne meant by that. It's a figure of
Yes,
speech.
but I want to
Baby,
clarify so
we
nobody miscues.
right. We just don't want your pussy. At least good guys like me, we want the pussy, but we also want to hold you and look you in your eyes and feel emotionally bonded and connected with you. And that's what you want, right, baby?
Yeah,
Okay. So let's get to this.
I
This
literally shared that the most intimate, special moments between you and I
Hmm.
don't even involve sex. And
Right.
that is a
I.
beautiful thing because
It
we
is. It's.
share, we talk, we share each other, like our souls together, and
Right.
that's where the intimacy comes from.
I
That's where
agree.
the foundation and the walls start building for the house of love that you have.
Right. Right. No, that makes
It's
perfect
not about
sense.
sex. It's not about slinging your dick around and banging every bitch. It's about creating that emotional bond
It's about
with
bonding
another
and connecting.
person.
It's about bonding and connecting. Another thing Coach Corey Wayne says, I really love Coach Corey Wayne's content, and a lot of my content is very similar to his because I really like how he presents things so clearly. It's about bonding and connecting with a woman more than just sex. Sex can be a part of it, but bonding and connecting is also emotional, or just sitting there and hugging and holding each other, kissing, looking into each other's eyes, having an emotionally and mentally stimulating conversation, right, baby? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can I
California
interrupt for
Forward
1
Outdoor says
second?
my pee is always clean. I hope it is. That's great, baby. Let's get to your story here. It's very serious. Okay, so uh, let's go back to the point of where this happened. You had just gone through a divorce. You and your husband got a divorce, and you were by yourself for the first time, and you put yourself back out there, and you met this man. And I think you said you had moved to the Sacramento area at that point. It's okay to mention that because
Yeah, no. Let
you're
me
not.
move back. Yeah, no.
Go
You're
go back.
jumping
Go ahead.
ahead. So let me
Sorry.
yeah, let me
Go ahead.
start.
Floor is yours.
Um yeah, thank you, my love.
No problem.
Yes, no, actually, when my ex-husband left me in 2007, that's when he walked away and we separated. Um and I met this guy in 2007
Hmm.
and I met him online. I had been separated from my husband for a few months. I had heard he was dating, so I got onto the dating websites. And that's where I found him, this guy. He lived in the town that I lived at the time. And it just, he was completely opposite of my ex husband. And
Okay.
I've admitted this. I made a big mistake. My ex husband, I've said, is a police officer, sergeant for a city here in California, which I won't say. Um, but then when I got hurt, I lashed out and I went the opposite direction. And when I met this guy, he was just getting out of jail, and it was for DUIs. I'm gonna clear my throat. Excuse me, guys.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, he was just getting out of jail 2 weeks out when I met him. And my thought, and I take responsibility, my thought was this is how I'm gonna get back at my ex. You know? I had no idea. I had no idea how dangerous that was. And and he did the same thing. He love bombed me. He literally made me believe that everything was gonna be great. Um, he told me a bunch of lies about his past. I found out in the future that he has had sexual assaults against children, and all of this is coming out, and in the process I don't know what to do. I don't know who to believe. Do I believe the man that's telling me, "Oh, that's not true. It was dismissed," or do I believe what everybody else is saying in the town that he grew up in?
Okay.
And once I started questioning things, that's when shit got real.
Okay.
That's when I was questioning the past domestic violences, all of the questions everybody that in my family, my ex-husband, my mother, father, everybody was asking about. Um, that's when I started asking questions and he didn't like it. And he got very, very defensive and very controlling. And at certain times in our relationships or our relationship, he actually over medicated me with my own prescriptions to just make me be completely out of it.
So he wanted to control. He was trying to control you in every way, all the time.
Yes.
Okay.
And at one point, he gave me 9 pills of tramadol. And
What does that? What does tramadol do? Can you explain that, please?
tramadol is basically a non-narcotic pain medication, but it does have side effects. One of the side effects is it causes a rapid heartbeat. We call that tachycardia. Well, I have a resting heartbeat of about 97. I've always been high.
Right.
Um, and when
Is normal, babe,
he
about 80 to 85 beats per minute, sedentary, around there?
60 to 80, 60 to
60,
80, that's tight,
60 to
but
80.
yeah,
So
that's textbook.
your heart beats faster, so your metabolism is running much faster. So when you add this drug, it further accelerates that and puts you at a danger, right?
What he did to me in one day was he got 9 pills into my system via my drinks or whatever. He allowed both of my children to come over. We were going to have a play date that day with my kids. We were going to take them out to the park, have fun. This is when they were young.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to know what happened?
What's that?
I wound up having a seizure in front
Oh
of
my
my
God.
children.
Is that the only seizure you've ever had in your life, baby, or have you ever had a seizure
That is
since
the
that time? Or
only one. That is the only one that's recorded, um,
okay,
like in my medical record.
okay.
Um, but yes, and the doctors said it was because the medication was so high in my system, it caused my heart to just overload.
So what you're trying to say is that um, the amount that he gave you could have possibly killed you. He was trying to kill you.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
He was trying to get me so high that I would just do whatever. And he had no idea that the amount he was giving me could kill me.
Could have been lethal.
Yes.
Wow.
And yeah, it's and the only reason why I got a prescription for tramadol was because it is non-narcotic, supposed to be non-addicting. I didn't want to have anything in my system because I'm a practicing nurse, but I was in pain. I literally was in pain, my back, everything, but I needed more help other than Motrin. So when I went to my
Was that
doctor,
prescribed? What was that prescribed when
yes,
you had it?
it's
Okay.
prescribed, yeah, prescribed by my doctor, and he
Okay.
would get my bottle, and then I would be missing pills, and I was like, "Are you taking them?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've taken a couple," but then I realized he was literally slipping them to me.
Were they put in your drinks? Did he dissolve them or anything like that?
Remember, I told y'all he was a cook. He cooked a
Oh,
lot
he.
of food. He could have crushed a pill into something I was eating.
Oh my God.
He
I'm
cooked
so
all
so.
of our dinner. He did everything like that. I mean, yes, no, anything we drank normally, whether it was non-alcoholic or, alcoholic, was usually in a sealed container, like a
Yeah.
beer can that I would hold on to. Um, but yeah, no, I had no control over the food. I trusted that. And when they
Did
told
did
me the
did
amount
did
of
you
levels,
did sorry, did you talk with him about this after when you found out, I'm assuming. Did you talk with him
yeah,
about this?
I didn't know. I didn't. So right when it happened, I was in denial. I couldn't like fathom that that was happening. Had to have been a
Okay.
mistake. It had to have been a crazy side effect. I didn't want to believe that. So no, I did not address him right away. Um, y'all want to say it's funny, but my ex-husband is the one who was the one that brought me to the light to see that. He was the one that was able to pull everything and see my levels and said, "This ain't right. You don't do this. You've never been like this."
Hmm.
So he made me aware. I being the stubborn woman I am, and this is going to show everybody how stubborn I am and how much I don't quit. I stayed with him. Nobody was going to break me up from him, and I was going to help him
why did you stay with him at this time? Did you feel
because
like
I
you didn't want to be
felt
alone?
as a nurse, I felt I could help him. I felt that the world had turned their back. His family had. He was caught up in the system. And I thought if he had somebody in his life that loved him and gave him the time of day and really respected him, it would change.
Okay. So
My
wow.
mistake.
No, but here's the thing. Uh, I commend and respect you that you're such a nice and wonderful and sweet lady to just not want to hurt any human being, even though they may be hurting you. And that's see, I'm not trying to say I'm all that. I'm a man that can recognize something like that and appreciate that, but most men don't. Most people don't recognize stuff like that. I know what your
Well, the
intentions
difference
are
is I
or
rise
were.
above. I rise
So I go,
above. You hurt me,
yes,
I rise above you.
absolutely, and that's what you should do. And I respect as a woman that you are able to do that because, with no disrespect, it's much more difficult for women to rise above something that's so emotionally taxing. When I hate to say it all the time, it's true. Women are emotional beings. They respond to everything emotionally first, based on how they're feeling in the present moment. I'm paying you a compliment, baby. That despite your natural biology, you have found the strength to rise above it and not let it get to you, right? And work
Yeah.
through it. But your family
Yeah.
gave you shit about this because technically you're with the wrong guy, but you were trying to do the right thing for him because you're such a caring person. And as a nurse at that point, you felt it was just your duty, your purpose to help anyone in need, no matter what, right?
Do no harm. Do no
Do
harm.
no, right, right, right.
And I still, to this day, even though, I mean, I will go on public and say, yes, my nursing license, I surrendered it. If you want to go and look, it's a completely clean record.
Well, they
I
don't want to, they
surrendered it.
can't look because they don't know who you are. You're not going to
Well,
tell them who you
exactly.
are, huh?
But that's what I'm saying. And you know what? And I know JT is gonna support what I'm saying is like as far as like my position that way, you're not gonna tarnish that. I've already proven myself, you know. And you know what? My question is, you know what? I'm actually gonna retract that question and move on back to the asshole that was beating me. So let's go back to that.
Okay.
Um, so yes, so this is in the beginning, and I was still very naive to it at first. I was going through an active divorce, and they were all looking out for me. They knew this guy was bad. but I was so stubborn and I did not want to be controlled by another man
Mhm.
that I was stubborn. I wasn't going to let it happen.
Right.
And biggest mistake of my life, and I am big enough to admit that. I'm a big strong woman that can say I fucked up. Sorry for the language, but I messed up bad. I should have listened to mom and dad, you know?
Hmm.
And lesson learned. Like today, lesson learned, never make that mistake again. But but yeah, he never was able to carry a steady job. He relied on me for everything. And if I didn't give him what he wanted or I didn't work enough, then it was a problem. And because he couldn't get his beer or his weed. And I'm not going to say I didn't want beer and weed myself too at that time. But it's like I was being blamed because I was supposed to be the primary breadwinner. And this is why you talk so much about how women these days are so screwed up because this is what this man did to me. He
Hmm.
literally made me feel like I was the man in the family and I had to support them.
Well, you were the
And
breadwinner, and you were the breadwinner as a nurse. You were making well over six figures, if I remember correctly.
yes,
Yeah, you were doing
yeah.
well,
And he
and
took
you're still
advantage of
doing
it.
well. But I'm just saying that you were doing really well back at that point.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. I was doing much better back then than I am today. I have no problem admitting that. There has been a lot of freaking speed bumps and hiccups that I've had to overcome, and it has humbled me to the core.
You were
I
cocky.
had
You were cocky with the money you were making as a nurse, and you've owned
I
that.
had the world. I had everything. I had the beautiful house. I had the husband. I had the two children, the golden retriever, the white picket fence, the two freaking SUVs in the driveway. Everything looked picture perfect for the
Yep,
quote unquote American family.
the
I
American
had it
dream, right,
all.
baby? The
Yeah,
American
I
dream,
had
right?
it all. It was right there in my lap
Yeah.
and it's gone. And that's okay. And I don't, you know what? The one thing I will say that I've learned over the years with the situation with this guy I'm talking about, the abusive guy, and with my ex husband, is that, you know what? In every relationship, there are two people involved and we both make mistakes. There's no way anybody can just say it's one sided. It's impossible
Right.
unless that one side is just literally just sleeping around and rubbing it in your face. But when it comes to like legitimate issues in relationships, or friendships, it's not one side. There's two people involved. Both
Right.
people have done wrong at some point in that argument. You both
Right.
need to apologize and move on. You made your apology. He can't stand up and do it. He's not being a man right now. Period. But back to the degenerate that beat my ass. So,
Wow.
yeah. So we'll move back to that. So this is going on and I'm naive and I'm being stubborn. And I own it. I was stubborn and stupid. And I supported this guy and I went like against my family. I went against my children. So if y'all want to say right now Eli's responsible for me losing my daughter or my son, fuck you. You don't know anything. You don't know my
Wow.
past. You don't know what I've done. So it's not Eli's fault. So shut the fuck up.
Wait, hold on a
Um,
second. Wow. Wow. Baby, hold on a second. Oh, we're on the quad screen, by the way. Make sure your camera doesn't
Oh,
pop
sorry.
on because I'm showing your your little bubble there, and people can see
Yeah.
when you're speaking, but they can't see you. What I I'm blown away by what I heard, what I just heard, in a good way. And this is
Explain.
unprovoked. Explain.
Yeah.
You went to bat for me, and you owned your mistakes independent of our relationship, and you didn't do what a lot of men and women typically do, but more so women in this case. You didn't blame the man for everything. You didn't blame me for any of this stuff that's
No.
happened because I didn't do anything wrong.
No, this shit was going on long before you even got into my life.
Right. And what you're trying to say is that these people out here on YouTube hate me so much. They try to spin a narrative. When I share your story for example purposes to help other people, they try to spin a narrative and make it appear like, oh, Eli's going to get her fired, and Eli is tearing up, her relationship with her daughter, and next thing Eli's going to destroy her daughter's marriage. And no, not at all. Not at all. Go ahead, babe.
No, everybody needs to realize this has been going on for years, long before Eli got into my life. So I accept the responsibility. I know I did wrong. I chose a wrong man after my ex, and I chose him over my children. And I am living every day in regret for that, for my selfish behavior. And if anybody wants to blast me for that, go for it, because I'm owning it. I messed up. I am going through this right now with my kids because of the mistakes I made, not the ones that Eli is making with me. There are no mistakes with him and I. You guys are living in a fantasy world just trying to create drama out of nothing. So let's go back to the real guy who actually was beating the
baby,
shit out of me.
baby, real quick before we get back to that, let me just say that
Do you need me
I
to simmer
really
down a second?
no, you're doing absolutely fantastic. Like I swear, like you are handling this like such a champ. I'm not trying to say other women wouldn't be capable of doing this, but most women, I'm not saying they're not capable. Most women would really fear, coming out here on a public platform like this with their man or somebody else and sharing their truth. I'm so proud of you, and it doesn't matter what these people say. Yeah, I try to explain to my lady folks, and I'm going to try to explain it to you again, babe, real quick before we get back to your story. That you've got a group of 30 or 40 people that are trolling. I told my lady this earlier. Why are we worried about 30 or 40 people that can't stand us and are just having a little entertainment and fun at our expense, when there are like what I think there are almost 2.5 billion people on YouTube now globally? I mean, why let 40 people ruin what we have going and what we're building when there are 2.5 billion others that may like us, right? Not saying they're all going to like us, but many of them will. Does that make sense, baby? If certain people don't work out, you can always move on and find other people where things will work out, right?
Yeah.
Right. There's no need to stick around and fight and try to, this is why I just always just remove people. When it's not working out, I remove them and move on because I don't have time for games, right? It's not that I don't care about people and want to treat them like a disposable commodity. It's basically, I don't have time for bullshit. It's either going to be simple and easy and you're going to be professional, respectful, and mature, or I'm going to kick your ass out and find other people that are going to make it easier to work with or to work with them, which is what I'm trying to say. So go ahead, baby. Continue. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Oh, no, you're fine. Give me a second. Going
Okay.
back to the room. Just
Okay.
walking back.
Okay.
I just went to the kitchen quick.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You don't have, you can mute while you're doing that if you want, or.
Oh, I was muted, but then you asked me to come back. And so I just took you off mute really quick and just ran back to the room.
Oh,
No
okay.
big
So
deal.
go ahead and continue.
With
What's the next part of the story?
all right. So I want to say this is about 2009. I'm still trying to figure and crack this guy and figure out how I can help him. I've worked with him on his job resumes. I've worked with him cleaning up his credit, talking with his family, making like binding ties there. And repeatedly he kept messing up. And um so in 2010 is when we left the city we were living in and moved out to Sacramento. And we tried to we figured there's more jobs out there for him. I knew I could get a job anywhere as a nurse. So that's what we did. And I got my job, but he continued to jump from job to job. And he had a very not good relationship with his baby mama and his son. And you know what? I've said some really hurtful things about his son in the past, but you know what? He was a child at the time, and he felt abandoned by his dad. He felt his dad chose a bunch of other women over him. So
Right.
he lashed out at the women and he treated all of the women like crap, which I can't blame the kid. But still, it was a pain. It really was
Right.
pain and it was a hardship on our relationship. Um, so yeah, so we are now out in Sacramento. And in this time between 2007 and 2010, I've been probably hit at least 5 or 6 times,
Hmm.
which I just excused to alcohol and us fighting. And I literally took the blame. I said I instigated it. I pushed his buttons. I was asking for it. That's not
Wow.
the case. That's not the case. I find out later how many, he didn't just have DUIs, he had several domestic violence cases against him that I didn't even know about at first.
Wow.
And um, his alcoholism, and you know what? I don't judge him for his alcoholism. We've all talked about me and my alcoholism. I'm not
Right.
judging. I'm just saying that is a problem that he has. And when he drinks, he gets stupid. And, you know, if things don't go his way, he's gonna puff his chest and be a man, which is one thing he could never do sober. So when he's drunk, he's got liquid courage and he tries to do it. And yeah, those are the times that it got bad. And what what I want to get across from this is not just the fact that yeah, he beat me up. He put fists on my face. He put his hands around my neck. He choked me out to the point where his grandmother had to knock him out with a freaking phone.
Wow.
Um, yeah, his 80 something year old grandmother had to walk down the hallway and hit him over the head with a phone because he had me pinned on the floor with his hands around my neck. And this was after he already came home from jail after
Wow.
hitting me with a car. He hit me in the car with a car out in the city or in the town we were living in. And then he stole my car. And once the local police they didn't, they found him walking. He put my car in a parking lot to try to hide it. But fortunately, I live in a very small town and people know people. so it was easy to find him. And the cops found him fast. They arrested him. He went to jail. I thought I was safe. It was a Friday. Usually you go to jail on a Friday, you have to wait to see a judge, you know? And he bailed himself out and he came home in the middle of the
How did
night.
he bail himself out? I thought he didn't have any money.
He had very well, see, like I said, the town that we live in is very small. He had a lot of friends growing up. Like I'm not going to obviously name the town, but you want to think like Smallville, like it's small. Everybody knows
Baby,
each
baby,
other.
baby, 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 you're kind of roboting, or you're kind of like, yeah, I don't think you're close to your phone. Say that again.
Oh, I am sorry. Yeah, no, like the town is very small, and where they grow up, like he grew up there. He knows everybody in that town. He called in a favor to somebody at a bail bondsman place that he knows, and that's how he got out. And
Wow.
he came home. Yeah, he came home. I didn't expect it. I was lying in bed just trying to relax and get my thoughts together for the weekend of how I was going to get away and move on.
Hmm.
And he shows up and
He's in the
it
rage,
was
huh?
so bad. He was in a rage. He was in a rage. He was angry. And he came home and he just took everything out. He was breaking bottles in the bedroom. He was throwing printers outside into the backyard. He was he was just being massively destructive. And you know what? And I'll say, yeah, at that point when we were living in this town, yes, we were living with his grandmother, because we like we were just it was not a permanent thing. We didn't want to stay here. We wanted to
Right.
move somewhere else. So we didn't want to like get into a lease or anything else like that or rent anything because we had just gotten out of one. So we moved back in there until we went to the Sacramento area. And so, yeah, we were there. I have no problem saying that we were there for a couple months until we went to Sacramento. No big deal. We saved our money and we got the place that we wanted out there. Um, but beyond that, that's why we were there. And that's why she heard the commotion. She heard everything. And she, bless her soul, God bless her soul, Graham. I call her Graham. Um, but she just came down that hallway, you know, and was not going to tolerate this shit. I almost think her husband, rest his soul, took a little part of her, like took over her body and came in to beat the shit out of his grandson. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Wow.
Because the way she came down that stairwell and came at him, I've never seen her do that. And I really honestly think that something took over her and said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this. And I think it was her husband saying, you know what? You've been taken advantage of, Graham, for all these years. You need to go put a serious ass kicking on this boy. And
Wow.
I'm going to give you the foot to do it.
Okay. So now he got into this rage, and that's I think you had shared this part of the story on your life story transformation series that we did, the interview series. Um, so we can just kind of break it down in a nutshell because we just hit the 3 hour mark, and we should probably wrap
Yeah.
this up in the next five or 10 minutes, babe. But so that was the night that he started coming at you, and that was the night that changed your life forever, right?
Yeah, because even after that, when he was out, even though his grandmother did that, we put him back in jail for the weekend. Got out the next week. And immediately, my employer that I
Babe,
was
you're coming
working,
in. You're coming in and out. I don't know if you're swaying back and forth from your phone. You got to keep it closer and in the same spot. Your audio is kind of coming in and out. So try that again, please. Hello? Oh, she got booted off the StreamYard. I think her phone disconnected her. I mean, she's on my Wi-Fi here, fiber, and I've got a great router. So it was just probably maybe her phone's memory overloaded or something like that. But she should be back any second to finish the story. Folks, if there's one thing I can't and don't tolerate is men putting their hands on a woman. Like, I don't think people should fight in general, but more so, if you're gonna have a little spat, same sex spats are no problem. But when a man puts his hands, on a woman for any reason, I don't think it's I don't feel it's right. And I feel that man needs to be taught a lesson when he does that. Now, some men will say, well, what if the woman puts, her hands on us? Are we allowed to defend ourselves, or can we just, beat the fuck out of her? No. It doesn't give you the right to beat the fuck out of her. You can defend yourself, maybe, put up your guards so she doesn't, hit you in the face, and to say, baby, listen, you're upset. I'm going to leave. I don't want anything to do with this. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not a violent person. That's what a real strong man does. But a lot of men nowadays, they feel that if the woman lays, her hands on them, it gives the man the right to beat the fuck out of her. And no, it does not. It absolutely does not. I think my lady's not coming back. Folks, give me just a second here. Give me just a second here. Give me a second, folks. I'm gonna just play one song here, and I will be right back. I don't know what's going on with my lady. We want to finish the story, so we will just be right back. Let's just do this. All right, we're back. I believe my lady is back. Babe, are you there? Welcome back.
I am. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah. Let me explain.
Very passionate, and I think I picked my phone up and I hit leave the stream, and I do apologize. I'm so sorry.
Well, it was funny. I went and walked over to the bedroom when you didn't come back right away, and you were still talking. She was talking. She never even realized she got cut off. So I had to go over there and look at her phone, and it says enter studio. I'm like, I guess you hit leave stream or something. So anyway, every so
I
often,
messed up
baby,
because I did put the phone
every
up.
okay, no problem. Every so often, you want to look at the screen and make sure that on the right, you see that little microphone level
Oh, honey,
thing.
yeah, I see it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that
I know
mean
what I did. I know exactly what I did wrong.
right, right.
I
That
picked
meter
the
right
phone
there,
up and my thumb hit that on the right
right.
hand side.
Just
So
just
no
a little
worries.
tip. Just a little tip for people that don't know how audio works. Typically, there's an audio meter, and when those little meters are going up, that's when audio is going through. And the higher they go up, the better the quality because you have enough gain. It's kind of hard to explain, but as long as those little green lines are going up and down when you're talking, you're good. If not, then you're off the air or you're muted.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm an audio and video expert. I've got the Shure
Yeah, no,
SM7B,
baby, it's
baby.
just
Baby, don't get me started. I know we got to get back on track because it's late and you want me in bed. I get it. So I
yes,
just
I
wrapped
do.
up. I just said what you were going to say in like 2 seconds instead of you going on a 5 minute tangent on it, baby. But anyway, I love you
What'd you
anyway.
say?
So, so anyway, here's where you left off. You were about to get to the point of where it changed your life forever. He had gone back to you had put him back into prison over that weekend, I think, and that's where you left off.
Oh well, it's
Baby,
not prison.
you're kind of feeding back in. Is your phone resting somewhere?
No, but let me shut the door.
Okay,
Um, no,
much
it's
better.
not prison. It was jail. He went back to jail. He had to face a judge, and he got out of it, like like he does all the time.
Was he a
And
was he a smooth operator, baby? No need to
no,
talk. He's a smooth
sweetheart, no,
operator.
no, I wouldn't say it was smooth operator. I would say the town I live in, the county,
Yeah,
is so backwards. But yeah, people get away with shit.
you've got shit government there is what you're saying. So anyway,
Yeah.
so go
Um,
ahead, continue.
so anyways, now this has gone on. When that happened that weekend, my employer, well, what I was saying is that he didn't just do this to me at the house. He would show up literally where I worked at this old man's house and try and like walk into the house and intimidate us. And like I would turn around, I'd be in the living room and I'd turn around, he'd be in the kitchen. And that's when his kids said, no, no more. I thought I was going to lose my job because of him. But thankfully, these humans saw through it and they helped me. And they were all down there with their trucks and everything to move me out of there and get me safe. And that's the only thing that saved me. He tried so many times to come back after I moved out. He showed up at my new residence. He created so much ruckus. And, it just, thankfully, thankfully, he just went away one day. But the abuse he did, the trauma that he did will never go away. My bruises have healed. My broken bones, the staples have been removed from my head. All of that is healed. But you know what? I will never forget this. And I never, ever thought I was going to be that woman that got hit. But I did. And you know what? And I can only be thankful the next man that came into my life did not do that. That's probably the one thing that saved my humanity is in men and life is that this next guy that I did start dating and was in a 5-year relationship with, he
Mhm.
never laid a hand on me in that way. You know,
Yeah.
I was scared to death every day. I was scared he was going to turn up. I didn't know what he was going to do. He'd already drugged me. Like, I didn't know what he was capable of. And I'd reached out to the police, I'd reached out to his family, and they didn't even want to have anything to do. His family completely turned their backs on him. And everybody in this town that was friends with him, knew him, everybody shut him down. He burned every single bridge. Every step of the bridge he burned.
Wow.
He burned the whole city down in my eyes, like there's not even a bridge. He burned the whole
Right.
city down. He
Right.
killed everything.
Right.
And he lost his family. He lost a woman that would have loved him and saved him. He lost a lot of friends that stuck by him despite all the bullshit he went through with the DVs and all of the other accusations, quote unquote accusations. They were
Hmm.
all there. I saw it. And he imploded. He did the same thing another person is doing and pushed everybody away. And you know what? It's okay because you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy today. I have a strong, beautiful man in my life that I love that supports me and I support him. And I don't need that negativity, you know, I don't need that
Yeah.
anymore. And I'm going to go on here, babe, and I'm going to say, you know what? Even my last relationship, I get along with that man so well. Like, he's been so mature through everything that, like, it just shows how immature everybody else has been.
Yeah.
I had a 5-year relationship with this man, and we could still talk cordially and even see each other in person and not have any
Any
malice
hatred
or
or hatred.
hatred. Yeah, or
Yeah.
hatred towards each other. I'm just like, and like you heard me tonight on the phone with him. We share dogs. I'm not trying to deprive him of his dogs. So like we talk. Yes, I'm like, hey, already. So, when's the next time you want to come see the dogs? Thanks for doing your duty today. I'll take care of it tomorrow. But that's how co-parenting is. And I know it's
Yeah.
stupid because these are dogs, but we are trying to be mature about these animals because we love them.
Yeah. You know,
And honestly,
I haven't met him, but he seems to be a pretty decent guy. He just wasn't the right guy for you long term
yeah, he
because
wasn't my match. He wasn't the
yeah,
one, and he has said the same thing. He said, you know what, we have actually been better friends than in a relationship.
yeah.
And we get along a lot better outside. And
And and
I
and that's cool as long as you both know. Here's the thing, as long as you both know that, and he hasn't pushed anything to try to get back with you or try to split us apart or anything, and that's why I've been so cool with it because I'm secure within myself. If something's meant to
no,
be,
he actually
it's meant to
respects
be.
you. He actually respects you and he says that he's very, very happy for us. And he actually is very, I don't want to say jealous, but he is envious. He wants to find what you and I found, you know?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, you found it with him, and we tried. It didn't work for us. You found it. You found that
Y-
happy ending, and I'm so happy. I just want to do the same thing.
right. And you know what, babe? Um, and you did mention, I don't recall you mentioning the part, unless I missed it, that, you ended up going to jail, I think, for the night because you fought him back. Did you mention that
Oh,
part? I don't.
yeah. Oh, I did not say that I went to jail. No, I covered that in the first show. But yeah,
Yeah.
that one night, his son was there. Yes, I worked a 12-hour shift at the hospital. Came home. His son was there. We decided to go out and have fun at the bowling alley and play games and do everything and entertain this kid. And yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Both of us, like, we ordered a pitcher and we were drinking beer. And at the end of the night, I'm sorry, I wanted to go through a drive-through and get some fucking chicken nuggets, and they all fought me. And I was like, I just want some fucking food. And then by the time we got home, both of these guys were fighting me about it and telling me how stupid I was. And it triggered me and I reacted. And like when he pushed me back and literally knocked something off the wall and actually put a hole in it, that's when that, like, I talk about the Hulk, but it takes a minute for those eyes to change and for him to change. But at that moment, it was instantaneously. I became the Hulk and I leapt
You
across
you
that room to beat
you
him.
you you were trying to defend yourself from what he had
Yes,
done to you.
because he had banged my head. He cracked it open. I was bleeding. And my adrenaline and my fight back mode was on.
You were in
And
fight or flight mode.
that was the first time I've ever done that in my life with a man or a woman. I don't get
Right.
into physical fights, but when he cracked my head open, I can't even explain what happened to me. And yeah, you know what? So when that happened, yeah, I did jump over the counter and I did beat his ass and I did bite him. And I have no problem saying that because you know what? Sometimes women's, like, our muscles are not strong enough. And sometimes I have to bite, you know, because if somebody's holding me down, if I bite them, then they're going to release.
Right.
If
You
they're
were
stronger than me, that's my defense mechanism.
you were trying to defend yourself.
I was trying to get away from him and I
Yeah.
bit him and then I left and I literally was sitting in my car talking to a friend asking, like we were discussing how they were going to come and get me out of the situation when the cops knocked on my window. And that was it. That was it. His son said, oh, she attacked him, she did this, she did that. And it was all basically the same bullshit we're going through with this. All I wanted was chicken nuggets and people couldn't fucking be grown up, you know? Could
Right.
have taken 2 seconds to get me some fucking chicken nuggets, but y'all want to be dicks? Fuck you.
No, I
And
understand
so,
that
yeah, just,
that's pretty freaking rude. Yeah. I mean, people get
yeah.
hungry, and you probably didn't really eat much of anything. You just had some drinks at the bowling alley, I
No,
believe, which
I
is where you
worked a
said you were
12
at.
hour shift. I don't think I ate anything all day. I worked a
Right,
12-hour shift.
right. I
When
mean
when and people will attest to this that are nurses, that are real nurses, and not the ones that are just like fake nurses, but
I
the
would
real ones out here will say, yes, there are days that you get on shift and
hmm
it's busy and you don't eat and you actually forget that you had to pee, you know?
right, right,
You
right,
get to the end of the shift and you're like, holy shit, I haven't peed in 12 hours. I haven't eaten
right,
or drinking a water.
right.
So
Now,
that happens.
right. No, I totally get it. Like I would never ever make anyone starve that I'm hanging out with. If someone's hungry and I'm driving or they're hanging out with me, yeah, no problem. Let's stop by a drive-through or let's go grab something, right? Like that's how normal people behave. They take they take other people's feelings thoughts and feelings into consideration, which is what I'm trying to say. And
But
baby, I'm getting tired, and I'm sure you are too.
yeah,
We need to start wrapping this up. We are 3 hours and
yeah,
21 minutes. So you, to make a long
but
story
yeah. So
short, you
long story short, yeah, we're towards the end of it. So yeah, this is around 2011 when this happened. My dumb ass gets out of jail, goes back because I still think I can fix it. Well, okay,
well,
so
wait,
now
you didn't share. You skipped a major part.
what?
Basically, his son called the cops on you, and you
Oh
got
no, I
arrested.
said that.
Oh, did you?
Oh
Did
yeah.
that go? Are you sure? Oh, I don't recall.
Well,
Maybe I'm losing my marbles, or maybe you thought you said it. 'Cause
no,
I didn't hear it.
let's go back over it. So yes, that night when that happened, his well, because I did talk about the cops knocking on my window,
Hmm.
and that's when, my head's still bleeding, and all they're taking is this little boy's statement that I was the aggressor and his dad was the victim. And so I went to jail and I got 6 staples in the back of my head. And after being abused, and then I was being told by everybody that I was in the wrong. And I felt as a woman to be told that by medical professionals, I thought that was really harsh.
Hmm.
I don't care if people are drunk or they're high or whatever. But when you see a woman come in with her head cracked open, she didn't do that on her own, you know? And like I said, she might have been a bitch, she might have overreacted, but there's no reason for violence. Never place your hands on
Right.
anybody else.
You got
Never.
you got screwed in that situation. You got arrested for something that wasn't your fault, and that affected you down the road when it
If
hit your
my
record.
children, if my children were there that night, it would have gone the opposite way. But it
Right.
was the fact that his son was there and they took his account. And it's whatever. You know, I look at life right now. Yes, I lost a lot from this. I lost my purpose and the reason that I went to school. But you know what, bottom line, you didn't take my purpose.
Baby,
My,
I want to be, baby, I want to just be real clear so people that are hearing this for the first time understand. You basically still worked as a nurse after that, but once this was a misdemeanor, right?
yes,
When this misdemeanor hit your record, 6 months or so
in
down the road,
2000,
that's
no, 2014. So
sorry.
basically, just like with your insurance licenses, like nursing licenses, you renew every 2 years. So you
So when
send
they
your money
renewed
in.
and they
So
rerun a
when I
background check
renewed
on
it
you,
in 14, yeah, when I renewed it in 14, that's when they saw it.
so they rerun the background check at renewal, and then they saw the
Yeah.
misdemeanor, and they basically gave you an option to surrender your license or they were going to terminate it or something like that, right?
No, it was go like I had this option to go into this program with them where I could still work as a nurse, but I had to go through everything. I had to go through all of the classes, the nursing groups. I had to go through AA. I had to go through testing for everything because even though it wasn't all just alcohol related, but when you have to put your license aside, they're going to test for everything before they give it back.
Okay.
So they make you go to every single nursing meeting you can go to. They make you go to every other kind of counseling meeting you can go to. And I was doing all that. Everything was tits, tits McGee right there. I had it all down. I was sober as a freaking leaf, flowing in the wind. And 2014, I got sick. And we don't know. I honestly don't know if he did it to me or not, but there's no doctor that treated me that has a medical explanation for what I went through.
Yeah, that was a story where your oxygen level was so low that you almost died. We've shared that. We don't have to go into that, but basically where I wanted to cut it off, and we can talk more about these other aspects in detail on other streams. Where I wanted to cut it off is what it cost you. It cost you your nursing license. It wasn't your fault. It cost
I
you,
was
you
defending
know,
myself. It
right?
sucks when you're an abused woman
Yeah.
and you're in an abusive relationship. You are pinned against defending yourself or just letting this happen because in the long run, you're right, it's a man's world. And people are just going to go that way.
Mhm.
And it sucks. It fucking sucks. I worked my ass off for years to get my nursing license and I
Mhm.
helped a shit ton of people. I grew families together. I brought life into this world. I delivered babies for God's sake. And I did good. And to have somebody who is so unhappy and so selfish try to take that and do it, fuck you. Go ahead. I'm over it. I proved my point. I worked hard. I earned it. If you want to take it away
Right.
from me, take it. But you're not really taking it. I know who I am. You're never going to take that away from me.
Right.
And so yeah,
Mhm.
baby, we will end this. Yes. Bottom line is at the end of it, I was able to get out of this relationship with the help of the family that was I was taking care of. Eventually he did his family turned their back on him. He had nowhere to go, nowhere to live, and he just went back on the prowl and he found another woman. He found another woman with two children who was single and trying to work hard for her kids.
Right.
And he pinned and pointed them and destroyed their family too. And
Wow.
he's continuously doing it. He's working on another one right now. And I see it happening. I see it imploding online.
Yeah.
I'm not even a part of it, but I see it because social media doesn't let you not see any of this shit. You can
That's
block it. You can try
yeah.
to walk away all you want, but it's still gonna find you.
Correct. It absolutely is. And with that being said, babe, let's wrap this up because we're at 3 hours and 29 minutes. This went a lot longer than we thought it would, but actually it was a good show. Um, I'm gonna go ahead
Mhm.
and have you hop off, and I'm going to just speak for
I'll
another
shut
two
it
or three
down.
minutes. What's that?
Yeah, just go ahead and talk and shut it down. And then
Yeah.
you
So you
just
can.
jump your fine ass into this bed with me, okay, baby?
It sounds good. You can turn on the TV and it'll catch up in a second and you'll hear what I say. I'm going to speak for about another 2 or 3 minutes, full screen, and then we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to shut things down and I'll be, not will be. I'm the only person here. I'll be
I
joining you, in bed. All right, baby. Thank you so much for being here. This
love
was
you.
awesome.
Thank
I,
you.
I love you too. And, I'll see you in just a few in a little bit. Uh, that's just very,
That
very
fine ass in there.
very disturbing and but very um inspirational to hear how you work through it, and I'm very proud of you. Thank you, baby, for being here. I'm going to put you backstage. All right,
No,
you
thank
can
you. I
you,
appreciate
you,
that love. I love you.
you can hop off and watching the TV. Thank you, baby. All right, so that's my lady. Let's go back to full screen here. um I just want to wrap up tonight by saying I don't condone any type of abuse, whether it involves men or women, you know, but the thing that really gets to me the most as a man is any man that lays his hands on a woman for any reason. There's unless you're being intimate, making love, having sex, and that's normal, right? But besides that, any man that lays his hands on a woman in an abusive way, out of frustration, and stuff like that, honestly, that just that does trigger me more than anything. Like I was saying earlier in the show, even if a woman tries to hit you or attacks you, a real strong man will just defend himself. Maybe put his hands up to protect the woman from hitting you in the face or something, and then just turn, grab your stuff, and get out of there as quickly as possible and defuse the situation. But see, a lot of men, what they'll do is they'll do what this guy did. They'll instigate it. I mean, my lady never instigated it. They'll instigate it, but I bet, even if she instigated it, he would have probably killed her, right? So again, it doesn't make it right for a woman to instigate something. It doesn't make it right for anyone to instigate something, right? But in the case, even if a woman instigates something, a strong man is just going to walk away and not feel the need to hurt her in any way. That's what real men do, in my opinion. First part of the show, we talked about bullying and harassment, and I just want to make one final statement here to everyone still watching or whoever gets this on the replay. I'm going to enjoy the day off tomorrow with my lady. We've got a lot of things to do. We're going to be heading out of town for the day, and we're also going to be watching Top Gun Maverick at some point. So if people choose to continue to feed into drama, continue to regurgitate the same shit over and over again, continue to release private voice messages from behind the scenes that nobody really cares about, no one cares to listen to. I mean, I guess there's an audience that will just sit around and listen to anything all day, every day. Okay, whatever, right? But we're going to tune it out, and I suggest to people that have been a part of this, stupid drama involving people regurgitating content about me over and over again, same shit that happened years ago. One of the best ways to shut it down is to just not show up and don't give them the audience, and then they're gonna not feel the need to do it. They're going to feel the need to not do it, which is what I'm trying to say. They see their numbers, it's not going to be worth it. If they see 40, 50 people there, that's going to fuel their fire. They're going to be like, yeah, people are here to hear me talk shit about Eli, right? So just don't give him that, folks. Let's just move on in a positive way. There are so many great positive things coming to this channel, fun things. We're going to talk about some great topics. I've got some great interviews lined up for down the road, some very professional interviews. I have connections behind the scenes that you folks know nothing about that are sponsoring this channel. I've got other sponsors that want to remain private, multiple people that want to remain private that are sponsoring me and also lining up some awesome guests for the future. So stick around, get rid of all that drama and that hate and come on over to the good side of things and better your life in any way that your heart's desire. With that being said, we're going to get on out of here. Average view duration, 24 minutes and 46 seconds. That's not bad. That's not a bad average view duration for a live stream, especially when you're getting trolled. And we have a lot more likes than dislikes. You can publicly see the likes. Can't see the dislikes. I can behind the scenes, and there are more likes than dislikes. That's a great sign of things heading in the right direction. So thank you to everyone for being here tonight, and thank you again to my lady. And again, we're not trying to cause any harm, but we can't control what other people do. All we can do is ignore and move on, regardless of what they say or do. With that being said, have yourselves a great, great night and great day tomorrow. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.